gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, makers, and content creators, welcome to the only live stream on planet Earth dedicated to mobile content creators and mobile YouTubers. Today we're doing mobile channel reviews, and I'm answering your mobile creator and mobile YouTuber questions. If you got a question, head down to the description below. There's a link down there. Drop your question in the form. It's going to help keep everything nice and tidy, and it's going to help me keep track of all the questions that are going to come in, because this chat is going to start moving quickly, and this is a first come, first thing with those questions. So get down there right now, click on that link, and submit your question. Wow, the chat is filling up really fast. Before we get into anything, I want to thank TubeBuddy for sponsoring today's show and making it all possible. TubeBuddy is the #1 browser plugin and growth app for YouTubers. I know you already have TubeBuddy, but for some reason, if you've been living under a rock or you just started YouTube today, link in the description below for that as well. It's going to help you with things like your titles and getting your keywords together, and it's a critical part of everything I do in YouTube. I highly recommend you have it. Works on your Android, works on your iPhone, and your favorite browser. Go down and put it in if you don't have it already. Beanie Draws. How you doing, Beanie Draws? Dream of Laura, how are you doing? I see my brother Nick Nimmin in the house. Josephine DeSmet, Finn Dominator, how's it going? Holland Shed Family, yo, how are you doing? TCAP Recipes, how are you doing? Brave Noob, how are you? Tim Yonsei, how's it going? I saw Roger, the expert plumber, in here. How are you doing? Doug Houston YT. Special shout out to Doug Houston, who did a little pre-show. That was the first time he ever did a pre-show for me, so much appreciated for that. Slow Go Gamer YT, how's it going? Hope you are doing well. Misty Algo Eternal YT, Blue Eyed Tech, how's it going? Beast of Gaming, Brave Noob Taper, John Paul, Peck, Drywall, Tubes in the house. Man, I love it, Paul, when you come in. Dude, you're always so supportive, man. Much love. The Guard is here. Clasher, BJ. Who else is in here? Man, so many people. L1MOHD. Okay, so the questions are actually piling up really fast. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to jump in there and start burning through these questions. I want to get through as many as humanly possible today. Eric Waite, how's it going? Cleaning with Ty, how's it going? Nice name change. Alex, how's it going? Happy Sunday. Bridget Dumba, how's it going? Whew, Ross Brand is in the house. Leron, how's it going, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you are doing well. Happy Sunday, everybody. It is Sunday. So the weird thing about living in Asia is a lot of things are open here. Like in the United States, a lot of things are closed. A lot, heavy Christian population in the U.S. People go to church and that sort of thing. We don't experience that so much in Asia. So I kind of lose track of the days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. It's kind of all the same over here. So yeah, happy Sunday. Yeah, we made it to Sunday. Congratulations, everyone who woke up today. Okay, first question in the forum. Drum roll, this one comes from ZARX Gaming. Can you review my channel? No, I can't, and I'll tell you why. Because right at the top of the mobile YouTube creator question in capitals, it says, please do not ask for a review in the forum. That's not what the forum for. The forum is to ask questions. I do have a note in there about for reviews. We get to the reviews a little bit later. However, you do ask a question that says, please suggest some tips to increase my subscribers and my watch time. And then you're uploading about 2 or 3 times a week. Okay, so if you want tips on how to get subscribers, you have to start with getting views, and you're going to get views by creating better titles. You need titles that people can find you with, right? Good searchable titles. YouTube, here we go again. YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine in the world. People go there to look for things. And if you're crafting your titles in a way where people can search for a certain title, and then there you are because you phrased your title in a specific way, that's how people are going to find you. That's how you're going to get views. And then it's your job to convert them into subscribers. Thank you, Finn Dominator. And the way you convert them into subscribers is, one, you just have great content that they can't deny, first and foremost. And the second thing is ask them to subscribe. Tell them what they can expect, what they can get more of. Give them some sort of a value and tell them why they should subscribe to your channel. Ask them. Let's see what Roger's saying here. Hold on here. Roger says, please do not review my channel. I have missed you guys. Tuber turned rock. Yeah, the lips kind of move faster than the brain sometimes. That's how it works. DFS Tavern, how's it going? How do you bounce back after being given a strike and losing a week's worth of video making and losing a bit in the field? You put your head down and you just get right back to it. You just grind it out, right? I mean, you got a strike, you were down. Okay, get up, dust off. You got to start all over. If you're down a little bit, technically speaking, all you need is like one great video. Like everybody's channel is just one video from just taking off. And those of you who have had growth, that had a lot of fast growth come in, it's usually because of one video. If you've had that happen to you, if you've made that one video that's just taken off and making your channel grow, type in yes right now in the chat. Hey, Dante Ungas, how's it going? Love from the Philippines. Much love to everyone in the Philippines. I love the Philippines. I know Leron has, yep. Classer BJ, yes. Midnight, hey, Midnight Madness 4x4. How's it going? Okay, yeah. So for those of you who are just getting started on YouTube, or maybe you're having trouble growing and getting out of the pit of the zero pit, not having any views and subscribers, you see people are talking about, hey, Bajon Stroke Survivor, people are talking about they have that one video that just makes their channel start growing. You got to get that ball rolling, right? When I think of momentum, and this is a really poor analogy, but I'm going to tell you what I think about when I think about momentum. Of course, you think about the snowball, right? The snowball starts small and it starts rolling down the hill and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? That's kind of that's momentum. But for some reason in my brain, every single time someone says you got to get momentum, or I say you got to build momentum, I think of the scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Who remembers the original Raiders of the Lost Ark? When Indy, hey, Daniel Patel, how's it going, man? When, did you bring your hair? Let me know. I love you, man. Remember Raiders of the Lost Ark, the big boulder, right? He changes out the gold statue for the bag of sand. You remember that scene? And then the big boulder comes rolling. Yeah, I know it doesn't get bigger, and I said it was a poor analogy, but that's what I think about when I hear momentum. I don't know why. And Indiana's just running. Yeah, that's how my brain works. Hey, the Mac, how's it going? Daniel says, I am here. My hair is here as well. Awesome. Hey, Sherry from Parrot Town, how are you doing? Apps That Rule, what's up, Joe? OM Tech, how you doing? OM Tech says, D, how to make a thumbnail like Nick on Android. You're in for a real treat, because even though I don't have that video, and Nick has a video on his channel. Nick, if you're still in here, which I believe you are, feel free to post that link to the video where you use Pixel Lab and you teach people how to make a thumbnail that looks like yours using Pixel Lab on Android. So, Nick, you can post that link if you can't. Hey, Michelle Lawrence, how you doing? I almost called you Michael. So, yeah, if a mod can post that or Nick can post that, it's an awesome video, actually. Thank you, Tasty Penguin. Much appreciated. Got tips yesterday and would love a recap on art change. Okay, I'll get you in the queue. We'll be pulling up channels a little bit later. We're going to talk for a little bit. Sandy Spring says, are you tired of talking? No, and here's the thing. When I first started live streaming with my brother, and those of you who have been around, you probably know, like my transformation in terms of how much I could speak when I was starting, and I used to think, wow, man, my brother can just talk, and he just goes and goes and goes, and he's still like the best. He just like, he doesn't breathe. He just goes. But over time, right, it's like muscle memory, or you're like, you go to the gym, you're working your biceps or triceps or whatever, they get bigger. Same thing about speaking. The more you do this, the longer you live stream, the more consistent you get with it, the more you can just go and go and go and go. Hey, Brave Noob, how's it going? All right, I'm going to jump back to the forum here. I'm going to jump to the chat. I'm going to jump to the forum. Moving on to the next question. Yeah, I answered your question about how to, get views, subscribers, all that good stuff. This question is from TSM Gaming Mascot TV, gaming channel. It says, how do you get more people on my streams and videos? For the videos, the same thing that I just mentioned. It's going to start with getting great titles put together. You're going to have to get good descriptions. You're going to have great looking thumbnails, especially if you're a gamer. Excuse me. If you're a gamer, your thumbnails have to be tight, because there are, man, so much competition out there. So good titles, great looking thumbnails, good descriptions. You got to be a good gamer. And then to get people to your stream, that's also a little bit difficult for gamers just getting started out. But the best thing you can do is hype it up. Let people know on all of the social media platforms that you're going to do it. And then when you do it on a regular basis. And by that, I don't mean you have to do it every day. Pick like a realistic schedule. Like I try to come in here every Sunday, unless I'm on the road somewhere. I stream with Nick every Saturday. We build up that habit of streaming on these days and generally around the same time. And people who like you, who get to know your content and they want to see more of you, they'll start to work you into like, hey, I'm also free on this particular day. I'm always free on this day. And then they'll start to come and hang out with you. And through repetition and through getting to know the community members, I mean, you saw when people were coming in here, hey, Pauline Newman, just like that, right? Like I recognize Pauline Newman. I recognize Findominator. I recognize Blue Eyed Tech. I recognize Doug Houston, Daniel Battelle, Lindsay Hazel, right? I recognize these people who are continually coming into the live streams and they're interacting. You get to know them. And when that happens, even though like you don't hang out with everybody in real life, but you get to know them a little bit. So enough to the point where you can welcome them when they come in. And yeah, I don't know, it just feels like a little online family, so to speak. So work on that and build that community of people, and they'll come and watch you stream. But it's a process, and you got to build it up from the ground up. It takes time. A lot of people are getting started. Clasher, BJ, I've talked to you like 3 times, man. Behave. People get into this and they think I should grow really fast overnight. This takes time. Really takes a lot of time. Photofin, what's going on? Dr. Sten, how's it going? While we've got Dr. Sten in here, we're just going to go ahead and drop the meme of the week. We're just going to go ahead and get this out of the way. This is when I tried to enter the United States over the Mexican wall. Yeah, I climbed over, they caught me, and they sent me back. So meme of the week, courtesy of Dr. Sten and company. That was a hard one, man. You know, I had the water, walked through the desert for like 3 days to get there, and then they caught me and they sent me back. So what are you going to do? You know, life's hard. All right. Hey, Jay Littman, how's it going, man? Flash in your pan, what's going on? Dr. Sten says that was fitting with the Mexico trip. Yeah, actually it was. Now I think about it. I'm going to go back and look at that. Yep, deported. Love it. Thank you, man. I love these. I love these memes. Absolutely love them. Moving on to the next question on the forum. I mean, when you're sending questions like, hey, how do I get views? It's always going to be the same answer. How do I get subscribers? It's always going to be the same answer. And if you're just starting out, it might seem like it's like a huge mountain to climb. But, you know, using Roger in here as example, the expert plumber, you know, he's been growing really fast recently. And the main thing that he's doing all the things, but he's providing value. He's a plumber, the expert plumber, in case that didn't give it away. He's providing value for other plumbers. He's empowering other plumbers. He's teaching plumbers how they can not only do certain things with plumbing, but how they can bring their business up on social media. And he's providing massive amounts of value. So when you're thinking, hey, how can I grow my channel? The first question that I would ask is, one, why are you on YouTube? Like, what's your purpose? If you're just like, hey, I want to be YouTube famous, like a lot of younger people coming onto the platform these days, that's cool. You know, you got your work cut out for you. But if you're like, hey, you know, I have a message that I share, I have a passion that I want to share with the world. I've got a hobby. You know, Ron's Trains and Things, another Nimminati community member. He's into trains. He's passionately into model trains, and everything about his channel is about model trains, and it shows, and he grows because of that. He gives so much value. Teaches people how to do stuff. I'm going to jump into the chat here because I see some people, what was funny? I don't know what was said. Yeah. Hey, Leron, it's not how, it's why. The why is more important. Yeah, why are you on YouTube? Why? And if you're a gamer, I get it. You like to play games. But you also have to be realistic with yourself and ask yourself, am I playing games just because I want to play games on YouTube? Am I playing games because I want to be the next ninja? Like, what's your purpose on YouTube? And you need to go have a hard look in the mirror and just ask yourself, this is what I want to do. And when I'm doing this, am I providing value of any kind? It could be entertainment value. It could be that you're teaching people how to do stuff, help content, whatever it is. Am I making other people's lives better? Am I empowering people? Am I sharing positivity? What am I doing to make other people's lives better? And if you can answer that and you can do that, you're going to grow. It's just a matter of time. Hey, Magdalena Helen, how's it going? First time I've seen you in the stream, in my stream. Hope you were doing well. Pam Duthie, how are you? Moving on to the next question here. This comes from Freedom Using Farm and Arbor Homestead. That's a mouthful. They say, what is the best streaming app for under 1,000 subscribers, which still allows you to interact with viewers, make moderators, and at least a night bot or something to help with trolls. Okay, that's a large ask because Streamlabs, the Streamlabs app is the only app that I know of that's going to give you so much interactivity. However, I don't think it's going to do everything that you need. But if you're just getting started and you're wanting to stream on YouTube, you may have found if you have under 1,000 subscribers that you can't go live. All right, this is a new policy that YouTube has. You can't go live under 1,000 subscribers, but there are apps that allow you to do that. Streamlabs is one of those apps. Of course, it's not a full-featured Streamlabs like you have on a desktop, but it is really good, and if that's all you got, that's all you got. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to do everything you want it to do, but Streamlabs is the name. Install it. Go into the editor. Is it called the editor? Yeah. Go into Streamlabs. I think you go into the top right-hand corner, the little hamburgers, tap on that, and it's going to give you a bunch of options. You can turn off like the chat and stuff and things like that. For moderators, if you're only doing this on a phone, you can go into your YouTube Studio Classic. You can probably do it in beta as well, but I haven't looked for it. And you can add moderators that way if you go into, I believe it's in the community area, if I'm not mistaken. If somebody wants to correct me on that. The next question is, let's see, this one comes from ZAXR Gaming. Boy, a lot of gamers in here. Who's a gamer? I always like to ask because I'm amazed at how many gamers are in here. If you're a gamer, drop a hashtag gamer, represent. Drop a hashtag gamer and then tell me what game you're playing. Like hashtag gamer Fortnite, hashtag gamer Minecraft. I'm just curious what game everyone is playing because I know there's a lot of gamers in here. Sandy Spring says, "Hey D, what should I do when someone unsubscribes? You show them the door. Sayonara, see ya. Don't let the Lord hit you with a good Lord split you. If someone unsubscribes to your channel, it can be for lots of different reasons. One of the reasons could be that you've changed directions, your path has changed, and they're no longer on board with what you're doing. Sometimes people leave because YouTube does subscriber purges and they delete spam accounts. So they just wipe out huge blocks of accounts. So that could be. But if somebody says, hey, I'm going to unsubscribe to your channel, and they let you know, let them go. That's fine. If somebody's not on board with what you're doing as a creator, even if you want to change directions, like it's your channel, like you move at your speed and they're either on board or they're not. What you're basically doing is you're tightening the tribe, right? You're shrinking your circle, you're strengthening your tribe. So if somebody leaves, wish them well, they can go. Don't beat yourself up over it. People are going to come, people are going to go. The size that I have on my channel, I think I've lost several thousand subscribers. And I think Nick, who's still in here, I think he told me, I don't remember the exact number, but Nick, how many subscribers have you lost on your channel? Hey, Leathersmith Reviews, how you doing? So yeah, don't worry about people leaving. Gamer Call of Duty, there you go. The recovery device for the best microphone under $150 on Android. For the best, nah, that's a tough one. You could check out the Rode Video Micro. You could check out the Rode SmartLav Plus. You could check out the Boya BYM1 lavalier microphone. You could, that's actually the cheapest. That's like $20. You could check out the, oh man, for under 150. Under 150. I'm going to have to check on some more of those. Send me a message. Reach out to me on Twitter, Instagram. Let me know what it is exactly you want to record, and then I can toss some ideas. Is the Shure MV88 Plus? I don't think that's under $150, though. We've actually got one of those sitting right over here. I can't wait to test it. Because I think that comes in a kit, and I think it's more than 150. But the Boya, like if you're just doing like talking head stuff like this, Boya BYM1, $17, $18 US. Yeah, that's what I thought, Leron. It's over 150. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next question. Okay, back to ZAXR Gaming. I edit my videos with KineMaster. Awesome, KineMaster's great. So my videos contain a watermark. Okay. I do not have much money to remove the watermark. Okay. And I have heard about a cracked version of KineMaster, which can remove a watermark. Is that okay if I use that version, or should I just use video with such watermark? Thanks for your help. All right. You do not, under any circumstances, want to use a cracked app. If there's a paid version of an app and then somebody releases a cracked version of the app. Now, I know this is popular with software, and it's also popular these days with apps. They call it sideloading your app. Here's what you need to think about. When they crack those apps, you don't know what's going inside of that crack. You don't know if there's malware going inside of it. You don't know what kind of viruses people are putting inside of it. And on your phone, you have your passwords. You've got access to your Gmail account, your passwords to your YouTube account, access to Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. And basically what you're doing is you're putting that cracked app in there, and they might have access to all of your passwords. In my opinion, it is not worth it to save a few dollars to sideload a cracked app inside of your phone, because you don't know the person who cracked it. You don't know what their intent is. Could just be some legit cracker. That sounded weird. But, it might be somebody with malicious intent. They want your passwords. They might want to lock you out of your YouTube account and hold it for ransom. That sort of thing happens. So you don't want to do that. And I don't condone it anyway, just on a moral issue, on a moral stance. People create things. You want to get paid as a creator. I'm sure you want to get monetized on your channel eventually. You want to get paid for your creations. Well, so do developers that make apps. They want to get paid too. So if you have no choice, use the watermark or change to an app that doesn't have a watermark that's free. Maybe look at Vlogit. Vlogit's a free app. I think they do put like a 2-second watermark at the very end, but you can put your YouTube end screen on there. So check it out. MCA210, what's the best way to make channel art, D? Best way to make channel art on your phone is to use either PixArt or Pixelab, or if you don't have graphic experience, use Canva. The Canva app that has some amazing free templates. You can install that and use other people's designs and then tweak them to make them your own. You can change your name, add logos, change colors, that sort of thing. I actually have do I have this in here? Give me 1 second. Channel banner. I'm going to drop a link into the video into the chat right now, as long as it's going to work. Boom. So that's how I can use PixArt, I believe, to make channel banner. And there's a lot of pinching and zooming going on. It's kind of awkward on a phone. But the important thing is, when you're making it on the phone, you have to use the YouTube or the YouTube template. What do I call it? The YouTube channel art template. In the description of the video that I just linked, I think I link out to 2 of those in case one of them doesn't load. You have to build it on top of the template, and I show you how to do that inside of the video. Hey, Mike Phillips, how's it going? Hope you were doing well. Lesbians That Love, awesome name of the day. I love Canva. It's amazing. Clash with Rock, another cool name. Moving right on to the next question. And keep those questions coming. I want to burn through a lot of these today. Next one is from I'm True Skills, who asks, I'm struggling with my channel. Is it a smart idea to switch from gaming to different content? It depends. What are you into? What do you lay in bed and think about at night? When you're sitting alone, or you're riding the bus, or you're in an Uber, or whatever it is, when you're alone and you're thinking about content you can make, what are you thinking about? What are you passionate about? What are you knowledgeable about? What information can you share with people? Personally, for me, I think gaming would be tough. I don't think I would start a gaming channel, Nick. And that's really funny, because when I was down in Mexico, I was thinking, because I had pizza like a couple times in Mexico. I had pizza in Cuba. And I was like, man, every time I travel, every time I go somewhere, I always try the same pizza. I'll get a margarita cheese pizza. Like, that's it, right? Margarita cheese pizza. And I try it everywhere I go in the world. And I was thinking to myself, why do I not have a pizza channel? Like, and then I thought, man, that would just be, because then, you got to film it. And then, like, I just want to eat it, right? I don't want to talk about it. I just want to eat it. Is pizza what gave you food poisoning? I'm not really sure, Midnight Madness. I don't know what gave me food poisoning, but I'm going to bet it was the sauce, it was either the guacamole or the salsa that they brought out for chips in a couple of the restaurants, because they'll bring out fresh food, but the salsa or the guacamole that comes out, maybe it's not, maybe it's shared. I don't know. I'm guessing. No idea. But they got me twice. I know that. What was it? Go back to the question here. Oh, yeah. Should you change from gaming to another channel? If you're more passionate about something else than gaming, give it a shot. But I don't want you to quit gaming because you're just having a difficult time. I don't know how many. Let me pull your channel up here. I'm not going to pull it up on the screen. I'm just going to give it a quick glance on my browser here, because I'm curious. How many videos? Okay. So you have 135 subscribers, which is cool. And you've been at this for about 6 months. And it doesn't look like you are totally a gaming channel. It looks like you've kind of got a hodgepodge of content, maybe some anime content, some Fortnite content. I might be wrong here, but just skimming through, it looks like you have a little mix, and that could be what's hurting you because you're not focused on any one thing. And what that's doing is that's telling YouTube, hey, my channel's about this, my channel's about that. And YouTube's like, okay, well, when this video gets uploaded, what audience do I put this video in front of? So it could be, you could be confusing YouTube. It's also separating your audience. If I came to your channel and I subscribed because of your Fortnite content and you started to give me a bunch of anime content that I'm not interested in, I'm probably going to bounce. So don't quit because you're growing slowly. Keep in mind, this takes a while. But if you're just losing interest in gaming in general or anime content and there's something else that you're better at, yeah, give it a shot. Oh, is Shelly in here? I see somebody. Hey, Shelly, how's it going? Says, hey, Leron, not this year, but yes for Vid Summit. What are you guys talking about VidCon? Yeah, I'll be at VidCon and I'll be at Vid Summit. Looking forward to seeing both of you. Moving on to the next question. Hold on. Wow, these questions are piling up. I probably have room for a couple more, so go ahead, run down there. Again, I'm not doing channel reviews yet, so that's not what the form is for. It's just for general questions about mobile stuff, if you can. Okay, this one comes from Eternal YT, who asked 3 questions. They say, how do I add a watermark on a video? 2 ways to do it. First way you can do it is inside your video editing app or software, whatever you're using. You didn't say. You can use the text feature and then write in whatever channel name or whatever it is you're wanting to write as a watermark, shrink it down, and then move it to the left-hand corner. That's probably the easiest way, depending on the app that you're using. The other way is to make something in Photoshop or PixArt or anything that allows you to save it in a transparent PNG image. You create your little logo, your watermark, save it as transparent, then you open up inside your video editing app and you overlay it. You create a new layer or add an image depending on how your app is set up, and you just add it on top of your video and just stretch it out the length of the video. Not all apps are going to allow this to happen, so you're going to have to experiment and see if the app that you use allows transparent images to be installed. Second question is, how do I increase viewers? Same thing as I mentioned before. Increase viewers, you're going to need better titles. You're going to need content that people are actually looking for. You're going to need hot-looking thumbnails. So once you get those titles in order, people start finding you. You want to make sure you get the click, so you got to work on your thumbnails. Third question is best mobile editing apps. On iOS, I'm going to lean on LumaFusion for being the best. On Android, I'm going to say it's a toss-up between PowerDirector and KineMaster. Those would be my favorites. And they did not pay me to say that, but they should. Okay, this is an unusual question. Bombora Brothers asks, would you please give me tips regarding filming outside secretly using phones? I couldn't find any on YouTube. Example, talking one-on-one with a person with no cameraman. I probably need a little bit more information, but in terms of secretly, you want to make sure that you have the other person's permission to film them if you're going to be putting them on your channel. I mean, you might do pranks. That might be a thing where you're trying to, do a prank with someone and they don't see the camera at first. But I mean, you could have like a front pocket and slip your phone into the front pocket or into a pocket of a bag or something like that. But these things aren't. You get a spy camera if you're trying to be really secretive about it. But I would need some more context. Just talking one-on-one, in that sense, it really doesn't need to be secretive. So, again, reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram. Give me some more context. Tell me exactly what you're trying to do. As long as it's legal, I'll give you a hand with that and help you. Well, help you if I can. But if it's illegal, if it's something you can get in trouble for, then I'm not interested. I'm not going to participate in that. This question comes from, I'm not watching videos. Next question comes from Brick Ninja. Says, right now I'm doing interviews for my subscribers, and one of my subscribers says that I should add background music to my videos. Is it okay to have music in the background of my videos? You can have music in the background of your videos. That's perfectly fine. A lot of people do that, but you have to understand that you have to have the rights or have permission to use the music that you're putting in your videos. For example, I use Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound, it is a paid service, but they whitelist your channel. So if the AI picks up on anything that's Epidemic Sound on my channel, I shouldn't get any strikes or anything like that because I'm paying for the service. If you're using just random stuff off the internet or random clips off of SoundCloud, even though somebody says, hey, you can use this clip, you know, you may or may not get hit for that. The only thing that I would recommend if you're trying to find free music is go to the YouTube audio library. If you use content from the YouTube audio library, and you can sort by, if you need to be able to put like who it's from in your description, right? Make sure you sort by that. But YouTube audio library, it's a little bit tricky to do that on a phone, depending on the phone that you have, but you can absolutely do it. Leron says YouTube is being ridiculously hard on creators right now with copyright claims. Yeah, exactly. There are some creators, exactly like you said, there are some creators who are making their own music. Like, hey, 100% wrote this song, put it up on YouTube, and they're getting false claims from people who are claiming the songs. Yeah, things are getting crazy. The system is definitely broken, but I have to believe that they're working on that probably around the clock. They probably have a team working on this to make it better because, look, at the end of the day, YouTube wants to run ads on all these videos. They want creators to upload videos. They need a constant, you know, they need to be fed all day, 24 hours a day. And if people keep getting burned on music, people are going to slow down or maybe eventually move to another platform. So I have to believe they're working on that. Costume Co., how's it going, Heidi? Hope you were doing well. Yeah, she says, wow, that's cheeky to get false copyright claims on your own music. People are getting false copyright claims on all sorts of things, their own videos, their own music. Yeah, it's getting weird. It's getting weird out there. Moving on to the next question. Let's see here. Hold on. This is a lot of text. Let me read through it real quick. Blue-Eyed Tech. Okay. Says, hey, D, I've been trying to learn my analytics for my channel and where it breaks down the location of where the watch time is coming from, where it shows that all my views are coming only from California. Okay. What is the reason why the rest of the country does not seem to be getting my videos? And is there anything I can do to change that? Any advice would be helpful. First thing I would have to ask you is, are you putting a location? Right? Because you can put like, you know, 3 hashtags and they'll show up under your video. But if you're dropping a location under there, then people in California, like if you're in San Francisco, you put San Francisco, they're going to probably see your video more. But it could be the time that you're uploading to, you know, the time of day that you're uploading works for the people that are getting up in California, but you've already missed out on some of the other people. I'm not sure. I would recommend, one, if you're not putting a location, and I don't recommend you do unless you're trying to drive people to an actual business, I would mess around and test upload times. I would test all kinds of different upload times because there's, you know, multiple time zones. Play around with those and see if you get any change by experimenting with your upload times. That's what I would do. And by the way, if you find something that works, if changing, you know, to a different time zone works for your upload schedule, come back and let me know. I'm actually curious about that. Next question comes from Findominator. It says, if I get a PC for better thumbnail, video editing, and other services that are similar, but I feel more at home doing my graphics on mobile, should I try to get a used PC or stay on my phone? Okay, if you enjoy making things on your phone and you're efficient at making things on your phone and you can make things quickly on your phone and get them online and publish quickly, right? If you can execute quickly using your smartphone, just keep using your smartphone. I wouldn't spend the money on a PC unless you know that you're going to be equally as efficient or more efficient on the PC. But if you buy a PC because you think it's going to be better at making thumbnails or it's going to be better at video editing, you may be able to render faster depending on the device you're rendering on now, depending on the PC. But for example, my my new iPad, I've got a really powerful PC. It's a couple years old, but it's still very powerful. But the new iPad that I have, it runs circles around my PC for video rendering. So, I mean, if you're comfortable on your phone, I would stay on the phone and save the money, to be honest with you. Unless you just want to buy a PC. If you're just buying the PC and you want to game on it because it's easier than gaming on your phone, yeah, give that a shot. But by all means, you know, use whatever works. If you find that your PC works better, move to PC. But I wouldn't buy a used PC. If you're going to get a PC, I would get the best one that you could afford because you're going to have it for several years probably. Next question is, let's see here. I'm going to read through this. I'm not sure there's a question here. This one comes from Don Gizzle, who says, I don't really care about having many subscribers. I get my views by ranking high. Okay, cool. A year ago, I switched my channel from Scorpion Hobby, that's a cool niche, to Tech Luxury Scorpions, to finally men's accessories. That's quite a transition there. No more Scorpions, less techs, and more luxury accessories for men. That's the way I will go from now on with my little YouTube channel, and I'm very happy about it. Greetings from Germany. Thank you for sharing that information with me. I think that's kind of cool to go from Scorpions, and by Scorpions, I'm assuming you mean like legit, like, you know, tail bite, you know, Scorpions. From Scorpions to men's accessories, like that's quite a transition. And man, if that's working, that's cool that you found your thing. And I like that you tested that, right? Started off as hobbies, Scorpion Hobby, then Tech Luxury Scorpions. That's kind of a weird one. And now men's accessories. It's cool that you tested it, and I'm glad that's working out for you. Congratulations. Testing, testing, testing. You got to test this stuff. Okay, let's see here. So Firex asks, whenever I edit my videos and upload it to the highest possible quality, the quality somehow drops. Okay, the first, you didn't give me a lot of information here. The first thing I would ask you is, when you're rendering out your video, I'm assuming you're using a phone to do it, you have to make sure that you're rendering out at the highest possible quality. You got to double check that to make sure every single video is set to the highest possible quality. But then sometimes when you upload it to YouTube, I've had this too, you upload a really crisp, sharp video, you upload it to YouTube, YouTube re-renders all, you know, it takes your video and it makes all these different videos out of it. And every now and then you'll get videos that just don't look as good as when you originally made it. If anybody else has had that problem, type in yes right now. If you've had problems, you make a video, the bit rate is good, the resolution's good, everything looks nice and crispy, then you upload it and you're like, wow, why did this not look as good as when I put it up? So yeah, that happens to me. And I'm sure it happens to just about everyone in here. Daniel Battelle says, yep. Mind, Muscle, Spirit says, yep. Double Pulse, hey, dude, how's it going? Shelly Saves the Day says, I was hoping he was referring to the Scorpions, the band, Winds of Change, right? Hey, maybe. I'm just thinking Scorpions. I'm thinking like, you know, whoosh. Could have been the Scorpions. Yeah, so a lot of people are having the same problem. Upload, quality's not there. YouTube, what are you going to do, right? It's free. It just keep doing it. Keep making content. Keep uploading it. You know, you win some, you lose some. Yeah, and Dr. Stin brings a good point too. He says you could be watching it back at a lower quality rate. So when you're watching the videos, you can change the quality. Dermic HD says, D, can I be a moderator? Bend the knee, son. You are going to be a moderator. Bend the knee. I'm just kidding. You're not going to be a moderator. Salem TV, yes. I'm going to be checking channels later today. So Brave Noob says, uploading 1080p on KineMaster and YouTube renders out to 720p. Well, they should also have a 1080p. Are you making sure that you are tapping in and seeing all the options? Fazaz Swag says, how do I take the watermark out of Power Director? You pay for it. You pay for it. And if I'm not mistaken, and I know Nick or Leron might be on top of this, Daniel Battelle might be on top of this as well, Doug might be as well. Isn't YouTube having a problem recently with like, is it 4K or is it 1080p? I read something that people were having problems maybe when they were uploading in 4K that it wasn't encoding to 1080p or something like that. I briefly read something. Hey, Gaming with Ethan, how's it going? Yeah, somebody correct me on that because I know they were having, some people were having problems at a certain level, but I'm not sure which one that was. Seen nothing recently. Yeah, maybe I dreamt it. No, somebody's having problems with that. Handful of people. I haven't had that problem though. All right, moving on to the next question. This one comes from Beautifully Broken. Sometimes people tell me that they cannot find my channel, so I have to send them a link to one of my videos. Why can't they find it? Okay, so YouTube has this really weird thing, and this happens to me a lot too. Let me pull this up. Give me just a second here. So I'm going to use your Beautifully Broken. So we're going to pull up my phone right here, and we're going to see what happens. Let me check this out. I'm going to type in Beautifully. Beautifully Broken. Okay, now I'm typing it exactly the way you sent it. There's no break there. But I see there's the first one down is this you, Beautifully Broken? So the problem could be they could be adding a space between your name, but the way that you just sent it to me, Beautifully Broken, all one word, no gap. I'm assuming that that's you right there. If you're still in the chat, that's you. Yeah. So let's see what happens if I see, do you mean Beautifully Broken? So if I tap on that, boom, right? So if you're telling them Beautifully Broken and they add the space, they can't find you. Now, as your channel gains authority, as you make more content, as your channel grows, as you get larger, you are going to show up here eventually. Now, here's something that you can do though. You see this little these little levers up here in the top right hand corner. If you you tap on that, and you can search by channel. Right now, I'm searching by all, so it's mixing the videos with the channel. So if I go on channel, tap on that, and then I back out, and then there you are, Beautifully Broken. But see, it's not a space. You're saying there's a space, but look at it right here, right? If that's you, Beautifully Broken, 20 videos, there's no space there. Like, that matters. How you type that in, that matters. So if I go over to your channel, again, right here on the top, Beautifully Broken, it's all one word. There's no space. So how you share that with people, that makes a difference. But what you can do is you can come up here, right? And you can tap on these three little dots, and I pull that down. You can tap on these three little dots up here at the top, and you see the share option here. Tap on share, and then you can copy the link, and then you can send them that link, and that's going to send them a direct link to your channel. Hope that was helpful. It's not her. Is that not her? Wrong channel. I thought she said that's me. Hold on. When I pulled her up, she said, that's me. Is that not you? That's awesome. Hold on. Beautifully Broken. Where you at, Beautifully Broken? Bobstar X is in the house. How's it going, Bobstar X? Hold on. Where you at, Beautifully Broken? I'm going to scroll back here. And I thought when I pulled you up, I thought you said, that's me. Okay, where you at? So if you're saying it has a space, there you are, Beautifully Broken. Okay, so I'm going to just take back everything that I just said. And so they're not finding you because, hold on here, you don't have the authority yet. You've just started uploading like 6 days ago, I think. Let me see. No, a little bit longer. 1 week ago. Nope, you've got, okay. Okay, so you started uploading a month ago, and the problem is look at all these. Beautifully Broken, Beautifully Broken. Oh, I'm not even like showing this. I'm embarrassed. Look at all these. Beautifully Broken, Beautifully Broken, Beautifully Broken, Beautifully Broken. You're competing with all of these other Beautifully Brokens. So your friends would find you if they looked harder for you. And if they're just typing in Beautifully Broken and they're set to all, which most of these are by default, and you add the space, right? You're competing with all of these videos. I mean, you're competing with a video that has 115,000 views on it, 784,000 views. So there's a song called Beautifully Broken. You're competing with songs that have huge view counts, so they're not going to find you easily. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you picked a name. See, that's not you. That's not you. You picked a competitive name. Hold on here. Let me go back and make sure I got that channel right. Hold on. I said it's not me. Hold on, the purple face one, that's you. Right? Yeah, that's you. I'm positive of it. You said it's not you. Hold on. Channel, back up. Where'd you go? Purple face. There you are. Right there. That's you, right? Beautifully Broken. 79 videos. Right? That's you. You see it now. Okay, yeah. Right. I mean, you're competing against a lot of people and videos using the word, 2 words, Beautifully Broken. I think it's a cool sounding name, but this is what you're dealing with. You know, something to think about when you're choosing a name. When you are putting your name together, like, you know, think about, are there other people, are there videos that I'm going to compete with when choosing a name? If, you know, I don't know how many there are. I'm not even going to count them here, but there are a lot of Beautifully Brokens. Hold on. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Beautifully Broken something. Like, all of these have something about Beautifully Broken. That's a lot. Look at this. You're competing against all of these channels to get noticed, for people to find you, on top of all of the videos as well. So I would think, I mean, if this is a problem for you, I would think about either adding something to the name or just think about a completely different name. And I would really do some research. Like, I know there's been some people who have been copying my name and making, like, some idiot, he created a new channel, my name, he's using my images and that sort of thing, and he'll be taken down eventually. But there shouldn't be another D Nimmin unless they're copying me. So when you think about a name, if you can make something unique, there's probably one Daniel Battelle, there's probably one Beanie Draws, there's probably one Liron Segev, there's probably one Eccentric Cuddles spelled that way. You know what I'm saying? So I would think about a name change if this is a problem for you. Vigard, I don't even know how to pronounce your last name, man. But yeah, very unique. Very unique. Yeah, the John Stroke Survivor, there's probably only one. Okay. I hope that was helpful. And I think that's hilarious. Like, yeah, Shelly, I've got this person who created a channel, stole my channel art, stole my profile picture, uploaded one of my videos, and then he uploaded another video where he said something just really, really crude. And I'm just waiting for him to upload more content, because if he uploads a handful of videos, right? Because the first time you get the warning now, because I'm not going to just claim it. I'm gonna strike them down. But if he puts a handful of them up, I can go after the channel and have it removed. Christina, are there any yodeling apps for mobile? Yodely? Nope, there's none. Yodely? Who can yodel? Can anybody yodel? Clasher BJ, you need to sit down, son. We'll get to the reviews when we get to the reviews. I'm answering questions, man. Patience, boy, patience. Have patience, son. Screenshot everything. Yeah, Lee Ronnie, I'm working on it. MCA 210 says, is Digital Child a good name? I don't know. What do we think? Everyone in the community right now, what do you think about Yodely Yodela, right, Custom Co? What do we think about Digital Child as a name? I bet if you search for Digital Child, and I'm just going to do it right now. I bet Digital Child. Let's see what pops up. Okay, you're going to be competing for videos here. Let's see, channel, Digital Child. Okay, so right up top here, Digital Child topic. And then Kids Digital, Kapu Kids, Digital Kids Park. Okay, so there's only one other. Nope, there's another one. Digital Child TV. Actually, there's a handful here. Digital, yeah. I don't know. I probably wouldn't use it myself. I wouldn't use it. And I mean, if you're doing a children's channel, putting child in your name might work, but I don't know, man. Like, everything is getting weird about how YouTube and social media and everybody's treating content with children in it, I don't know. I always like to think of future proofing. I like to always think about, okay, something's acceptable today, but when you see things like, they're, restricting comments on certain children's channels, like what if a year from now or 2 years from now or 6 months from now or 6 years from now, you've built up this huge channel and they're like, hey, you're not allowed to have child in your channel name or children in your channel name, right? Just kind of like think future proofing when you're making these moves. DigiKid, yeah, maybe. Depends on what you're putting on your channel. All right, next question. Boy, that was just like a huge, like, up and around and oh. This one comes from Clasher. BJ says, how can I get my fans to comment and do good voiceovers? Do good voiceovers, you need a good mic. I don't know if Neil, a Crypto Cruising, is in here right now, but he's doing some great voiceover work. I recommend you subscribe to two channels, actually. One of them is called Booth Junkie, voiceover dude. Another one is Mike Russell. Those dudes just like bow to the power of their audio awesomeness. In terms of how to get your fans to comment, you need to ask them to comment. You need to give them a reason to comment. People love to give opinions. Ask them for their opinion. Ask them what they think. One of the things that I like to say is, if you're new to the channel, drop a hashtag new down in the comments below so I can give you a proper welcome. You would be surprised how many people will go to my channel and put in hashtag new to let me know that they're new. And then I come in and hey, welcome to the channel, right? And speaking of, if you're new to my live stream right now, or if you're old, type in hashtag new or hashtag old and let me know if you're a first timer to this live stream, or if you're a old timer, a geezer, dusty community member. Yeah, Mike Russell and Mike Russell's, man, whew, fantastic, man. All right, so we got we got a lot of oldies in here. Okay. So we've got like one new, two news, but right, this is how you get people to leave comments, to get them to interact. Ask them questions. Ask them questions. Ask for their opinion. Just, like, if you don't ask them, nobody's ever going to, unless they're going to say, hey, I don't like this or I disagree. You can ask them, hey, do you agree or disagree with what I said? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Like, I don't know what it is you're doing on your channel. Christina says you're a first-time yodeler. What I want to know is, Christina, is how this started with Dusty, and then how did it end up over here chasing me around? Hey, Alan Osborne, how's it going? I don't know how that happened. RC Mod Squad, how are you? Yeah, just ask questions. You have to think about why people are there, and then you have to think about what can I do once they are there that can help them any further. You can even say, hey, if again, I don't know. Let me see if you told me what kind of content you're making. Give me a second. Let me back up here. Wow, these questions are piling up. Okay, so I'm going to backtrack a little bit here. You're a gaming channel, so in that sense, find things to talk about the game. Ask them questions. Like, what, I don't know if you're a first-person shooter game or what game that you're playing, but ask them specific questions about the game. Like, oh man, what was your favorite part if you're a first-person shooter? Did you like when I shot XYZ or whatever? If they're watching the gamers, they're going to know about the game. So think about gaming questions or ask them their favorite parts of the video. And then if you want even more engagement, if somebody comes in and they leave a comment, you can come back. El Jefe's in the house. What is going on, El Jefe? Hope you were doing well, brother. If somebody comes in and they leave a comment, you can reply to that comment with a question. If somebody says, hey man, great video, you can say, hey, thanks. What was your favorite part of the video? Or who's your favorite character, since you're a gamer, right? Ask another question, and then they'll come back. Not all of them do, but some of them come back and they will answer again, right? That engagement kind of snowballs. Moving on to the next question. I'm going to jump in the chat here. It says, A Blazing Flame says, D, this is my first stream I've watched of yours. It's amazing. Thank you, man. Thank you for being you. How is your day going? Thank you. My day is going well, actually. I'm having a great day. I was lazy earlier today, though. I'm not going to lie. I woke up really late because we streamed really late last night. Took me forever to get out of the house. Hung out at Starbucks for like a couple hours talking to some buddies. Hey, Morris Invest, how are you doing? Hashtag new, that's right. And yeah, I was lazy, and maybe that's what made it great. Sometimes you just got to like relax, you got to chill out, right? And not worry too much. So that's why today was great. Moving on to the next question. And again, the form is not for channel reviews. We'll get into channel reviews a little bit later. Let's see here. This one comes from Lesbians That Love. That's a really cool name. They say, I wanted to do challenge videos. I didn't think it would be good enough focus. Is it better to just put some videos out there to get started, or should I have a main focus or niche? Yeah, like if you're not, okay, this is kind of a back and forth here. If you're not sure what type of content to make just yet, and if there's anybody in the chat right now who's thinking about getting started on YouTube and you don't know what type of content to make and you're on the fence, what should I do? Type in yes right now. I'm curious to see if she's on her own here, or if there's other people who are in the chat who's wanting to get started. Volt Super says you can't hear. My audio good, everybody? I got full signal here. Are we good? Volt Super, if everybody else can hear, then you might want to turn up the volume. Okay, you can hear it. Okay, so if there's other people who are thinking, I don't know what type of content I want to make, I don't recommend just making content and throwing it up there just to see what happens for the sake of making content. I don't recommend that. I do recommend you do some more research, do some more soul searching. Try to think about what excites you or what knowledge you have that you can share with the world. How can you make somebody's life better? What do you know that you can teach somebody else? What do you know that you're good at? What hobby do you want to show off, right? Really give yourself an honest assessment of what you have inside that you can put out there for the world to see. Now, the other side of that is, like I said, I don't think you should just make content for the sake of making content. But if you don't have experience making videos, you do need to get that experience. And I don't think that you should delay in creating a YouTube channel because you don't know what you're doing video-wise or what you're doing with the platform. Like, hey, I don't know how to do titles. I don't know how keywords work. I don't know how any of that stuff works. Don't let that stop you from getting started. What I did, I created another channel before I started Nimmin. I knew I was going to go into YouTube. I made the decision. And I knew about video and audio and that sort of thing, but I wasn't sure how the algorithm worked. I wasn't sure how to do titles and keywords. And if you go into the back end of YouTube, it can be really intimidating when you're first getting started, right? You go into Studio Classic and there's all these tabs and buttons and all these graphs and things that you can look at, and it's a bit overwhelming. And I didn't want to screw up my main channel by making mistakes, something that maybe I couldn't undo. So I created another channel. I created a test channel. It was like an ASMR channel. I really like ASMR. I'm no good at it, but I enjoy it. So, hey, you know what? I'm going to make a handful of ASMR videos, and I'm just going to test out the system. I'm going to learn how to upload thumbnails. I'm going to learn how to use the editor inside of the Creator Studio, how titles work, how to keyword, what happens when I go back and I change a title after a video has been live. I really use it as an experiment channel. And because of that, if I broke something, or if I accidentally deleted a video, like, I didn't care. I didn't care because it wasn't something that I was doing seriously. And then once I had my head wrapped around it, number one, I just built up experience, right? Like now I get it with the thumbnails, I get it with the titles, I get it with the descriptions, I get it with the, right? I get it now. So when it came time to do my main channel, and I was actually, when I was doing the ASMR stuff, I was still kind of on the fence. Am I going to do mobile, right? Like I was like 99% sure, but I was still kicking around some other ideas in my head. And then when I started the channel, I had that experience. For you, since you don't have experience making the videos, maybe you should do that. Do reactions, do whatever, do XYZ. Just go, approach it as, this is my test channel. I need to learn how to make content. I need to learn how audio works. I need to learn video. I need to learn how to frame stuff. I need to learn how titles, tags. I need right. You need to learn how to use thumbnails, and just get out there and, hey, Futz Rocks, how's it going? G. Michael Jr., how's it going, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Just experiment. So then when you do have your aha moment and you say, that's my why, or that's my passion, or this is what I want to share with the world, you can come in there, guns a-blazing. And you have a better chance of succeeding on that channel if you've built up some experience and some know-how. Cuban Curls, hey, I just got back from Cuba, by the way, says, as an older YouTuber, hold on here, I see if you're bad-mouthing me about that, hold on. As an older YouTuber, it was and still is very trying at times, but I learned so much in 4 months. You and your bro have helped me so much. Hey, you know, that's the thing. You're trying. It can be very frustrating. I know every single person in here has been frustrated. Hey, Scully's House of Thriller, how's it going? Everyone in here has been frustrated. You know, how many people in here have recorded a video and the mic wasn't plugged in and you lost the audio on your camera, or maybe you didn't hit the record button or whatever? How many people have lost videos for one reason or another? Or how many people you put all of your heart and soul into a video that you just know everyone's going to love and it just completely dies, right? Like who has been there? I feel, right? Hands up, right? I'm putting up 2 hands here. Hey, WJ, how's it going? And Leron said something really good. And I want to see if I can get back to it because the chat just completely went up. Where does it go? Yeah, Leron says, when you're small, you can experiment. When you're bigger, it's a lot harder to change. Absolutely. I think that's a great thing to say, Leron. Totally agree with that, man. Totally agree. Okay, so it looks like I'm not alone here. Glue Guns and Roses, how's it going? Pretty much everyone in the chat right now has been through this, the frustration. Lost videos, lost audio, corrupt videos. The videos bomb, right? Your channel's not growing the way you were sure that it was going to grow. That's part of the process. You know, you got to give it your all and you got to see what happens, because nothing's going to give you a reality check faster than, you know, doing your best and, oh, I didn't hit record. Right? But you'll learn. Maybe you got to tape a sign underneath your camera, you know, turn on the camera, dummy, or check your microphone input. Man, I've lost several. I know if Nick is still in here, he can probably tell you how many times I contacted him over the course of the past year. I don't do it much anymore. Actually, I haven't done it in a long time because I've got my little thing. I've got my system now to remind me. But I used to tell him all the time, I'm like, oh man, I just recorded 2 videos and I didn't have audio and they're ruined and this is so hard. And I had a schedule to keep because I committed to a certain amount of time. But the important thing is, and not to sound all rocky on you on this, you know, but like this is the part where you have to push through. If you're having those frustrations, people will quit. And they move on. YouTube's not for me. It's too hard. But those of you who are just like, you know what? I'm going to take the hit and I'm going to keep moving forward 1 foot at a time. You're going to take another hit, take another step, take another hit. Like, those are the people who eventually succeed if they learn from their mistakes and they keep showing up and they keep putting in the works. And again, that was like a really long, I got a thing about long answers. Babies, yeah, eccentric cuddles, baby steps while getting hit in the face with failure. Exactly. All right. Next question, Raging Gamer 256. Question is, how do I improve my content? You improve I don't even have to look at your channel because the answer is going to be the same. You improve your content by making more content. Every single person in here, when they first started making content, be it on YouTube or any social media platform, I started shooting videos way off YouTube many years ago. Like when you first start, when somebody first hands you a camera of any kind, you suck, right? You suck. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to put stuff together. When you first start editing, you suck, right? Like everybody starts at 0 and you got to kind of dig out, and you get better through repetition. You get better through, you find your groove. You get better through looking at your analytics, looking at your audience retention, and you see the graph and you see those drop offs and you say, okay, well, I did something right there at this large drop off and everybody left. So what did I do there? Go back and look at the time. Okay, don't do that anymore. And then go to the next video, look at your audience retention. Okay, everybody's leaving there. What did I do there? And you got to pick it apart, and then repetition, video after video after video after video. You'll get better. I mean, everybody in here right now, every single person in here right now, your first video compared, and let's say for everybody in here who's been on YouTube for at least 1 year, would you say that your first video massively sucks compared to your last video? Type in yes right now if you think that your first video versus the video you just put up, have you seen a huge improvement? I bet the answer is yes. Yeah. Cringe, exactly. Cringe. Even if you think that at the time you're doing a good job, you're like, hey, this actually isn't that bad. Truth is, it probably sucks. I mean, sorry. But we all go through it. Every single one of us as creators go through this. All of us. But that's what makes us better. Salem TV says, D, iOS or Android? I've got both, but my daily carry is a iPhone. All right, moving on to the next question. I'm going to barrel through these here. Hold on. This one comes from A Different Approach, Tuition Limited. Interesting question. It says, my videos are 30 to 40 minutes long. Whoa! As I teach maths and accounting. Wow, mad props there. Should I leave them that long and put time links in the description so people can jump ahead? Or should I split the large videos into 3 to 4 smaller ones? That's a great question. What I recommend that you do is go in and look at your audience retention on your videos. So if you're making a 30-minute video, okay, and only 10% of the people are finishing your video, then I wouldn't make 30-minute videos. I would look at, okay, maybe I should make 8-minute videos, right? Make a couple of 8-minute videos and then go back and look at your audience retention and see where people are watching. But it all's going to come down to your watch time. Go in video for video and see if you can find a pattern to see, okay, well, this is pretty much where they're leaving, and then start shortening your videos until you're finding that it's filling up more with your audience retention. You'll find the sweet spot. I personally, hey, Edward Vane, I would not watch a 30 or 40-minute video unless I was like die hard, like I had to watch this video. 20 minutes is probably about my max. What I'm curious, what's for everybody in the chat right now, what's the longest video that you'll actually watch? So if you see a thumbnail and it's something that you're interested in, do you have like, nope, that's too long, I'm not watching that? Do you have a time length that you just won't watch? I'm curious what that is. Mine's about 20 minutes. Wow, Heidi, that's fantastic. My latest video was a bloated 30 minutes and has a 52% watch time. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. 2 hours, what? Wow, so you guys have like a longer attention span than I do. Wow. That's crazy. But to go back on your question, if you find that you are having a lot of people watch your videos, like Heidi's got 30 minutes and she says she's got 52% audience retention. That's fantastic. If that's happening to you, then you might want to think about leaving it as is and just putting the timestamps in there. Make a few videos, put the timestamps in there, and then see how people react to it. But if you find that you're not watching the people are not watching your videos, then I would shorten the videos and see how that works. With all of this stuff, like you have to test everything. You have to test everything. If you think of something, you're like, I wonder if this would work better. I wonder if that would work better. Test it. Test it out. See if it works. And don't just test it on one video. Test it across a couple of videos and see if it works. Next question comes from 4060, who says, can you help me grow because I cannot afford good equipment? No, I cannot help you grow. That's okay. So if you're just getting started on YouTube, the last thing you want to do is go around and ask. You don't want to ask people to subscribe in forums and comments. I mean, I just deleted like 50 people before I came on today that was held for spam for asking for subscribe to my channel, sub for sub. You don't want sub for sub. You don't want to ask for subscriptions. You don't want to say help me grow. You don't want to knock on my door if I knock on your door. You don't want to do any of that stuff. What you want to do, and it doesn't matter if you can afford great equipment or not. If you have a phone, you've got a camera, and it has a microphone, this is enough to get you started. This right here. It doesn't matter if you're iPhone or Android or an old iPhone, an old Android. If you've got this, it's enough to get you started. Focus on making great videos. Focus on making videos that people want to watch. Focus on learn how to make great titles. Go subscribe to Brian G. Johnson. The dude's an absolute wizard. I love how he explains that stuff. Go watch all of his videos. Learn how to make great titles. Learn how the algorithm works. And if you make great content, surprisingly, you show up, you make great content, you make great titles, you have good descriptions, your thumbnails are hot, and you can do all that on the cheapest phone possible, then eventually magic happens, right? If you fire on all cylinders, it's going to happen eventually. Cuban Curl says, I record on my iPhone 7. That's what this is right here. I have an iPhone XS. I think the XS is, I don't think it does have a better camera, but my in pocket every single day, everywhere I go, iPhone 7. It's not even the 7 Plus, it's just the 7. I love the size of the 7. Really comfortable. Love it. Glue Guns N' Roses says, I record all videos on my 4-year-old Samsung. There you go. And in terms of you can't afford good equipment, you don't need the equipment. You don't need the stuff. Everybody gets caught, not everybody. A lot of people get caught up. You need the stuff. You got to have the stuff. I need the mics. I need the gimbals. I need the stands. I need all the stuff so I can be a better creator. Trust me, that stuff doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You could take all the stuff in the world. I could take everything in this studio and give it to you, someone who's just getting started. You wouldn't know how to use it, and the content wouldn't be any better. The flip side, I could take my phone. No, I could take your phone, whatever phone you could take the crappiest phone of anybody in the chat right now. Well, whoever has the crappiest phone in here right now, the oldest, beat up, jacked up, cracked up screen, and give that to Peter McKinnon, right? Or Casey Neistat, or somebody who is just great at doing what they do. Hand them that beat up piece of crap that you can't make content on. They'll make a masterpiece. Note 5. Yeah, I don't know. Volt Super says, do watermarks affect my video? Do they affect your video? In terms of when people see your watermark, do they click off? I don't know. I have this thing where when I see a watermark, like if I am going to a video and I see made with KineMaster or made with Power Director, I think that automatically kind of moves you to like an amateur level. So I don't know. This is me. What about you? For everyone in here right now, who gets turned off or who doesn't care if a video has a watermark on it? For me, it's a personal thing. I think it's a bit amateurish. I do forgive it if it's with someone younger. Like if it's let's say, I'm looking for something particular, and sometimes kids can teach us some cool stuff. I think yesterday we talked about, I watch a lot of Vegas Pro tutorials, and the kids come in, they're like, oh, hey guys, today I'm going to teach you how to do the most amazing thing in Vegas. Shut up, mom. Right? Like kids are in there teaching really good stuff. So if it's a kid, I give them the benefit of the doubt, and it doesn't bother me too much. But if it's an adult and I see a watermark, I just think, come on, like you can do better than this. If you're trying to do something on YouTube professionally, I think you need to remove the watermark. If you don't care, if you're just like, hey, I'm just putting stuff up on YouTube, I don't really care. I'm not trying to make money. I'm not trying to get brand deals. I'm not trying to build a community. I just want to make videos for myself and I want to put them up on YouTube. Then it doesn't matter, right? The watermark's not going to matter. But if you're trying to attract businesses, if you are a business, like Roger, the expert plumber in here, he's got a plumbing business. He doesn't want a watermark on his video that says made with Power Director. Now he wants to put his own watermark on there, right? The expert plumber, but he doesn't want to put, made with KineMaster. I want to see what you guys say here about that. It says, okay, yes, it's unprofessional. Leron says, if you can't invest in your channel, you aren't taking it seriously. It's like using free websites. Spend the money on a domain. Yeah, exactly. So some of you say it doesn't matter. Some of you say it's a turnoff. So it's a mix. So right here in the chat, you can say, okay, some people don't like it. Some people do like it. Kids, I'll give kids a break, but for me, it's worse if it's somebody trying to be professional. Like if, you're trying to teach me how to grow a YouTube channel, you're trying to teach me how to do something on LinkedIn, or trying to teach me how to build an email list, and you can't even like remove a watermark, I'm not going to listen to you, right? Not at all. Next question is, Enchanted Lever says, how to improve commentary skills. Any tips? Well, I'm not the best person to answer how to speak because I just slaughter my words all the time. But the best way you get better at anything is just do it. Do it over and over and over. But I will tell you, I downloaded an app, and I do apologize because I don't remember the gentleman's name who gave me the name of the app. But there's an app called, and I don't know if it's on Android, but it's called Voice Warm Up. Voice Warm Up is the name of the app. And you know what? I don't have this phone on so I can show you, but Voice Warm Up is the name of the app. And it takes you through a series of vocal exercises that can help you kind of like get your voice together before you record, before you go live. I just downloaded it a few days ago. I haven't like dug into it yet myself, but man, I forget who I heard this from, and I hate that I can't credit them. But I want to go back and find them through my search history, because if this works well, I want to definitely give them credit. But Voice Warm Up, there's things that you can do to get those vocal cords going. But you know, above everything else, just do it more and more and more and more and more. Like everything else, right? How do you become a better editor? By editing. How do you run faster? By practicing to run faster. How do you get stronger? Going to the gym. Next question comes from DITE. Dite, possibly. It says, how can we monetize our videos if we are in a country that is not yet available for countries with monetization? That's a great question. So if you live in a country and YouTube does not offer a monetization service for your videos, that is unfortunate, and hopefully that will change in the future. But I urge you to think of new ways to monetize your channel, because, excuse me, unless you're getting a lot of views, or unless you're in a particular niche that gets a really high CPM for the ads, you're not going to make a lot of money unless you're in one of those niches where you're getting a lot of views. So a lot of people, they think, oh, if only I can get monetized, if only YouTube will monetize my channel, I'm on easy street, it's going to be me, you know, I'm at the strip club or whatever, just, you know, counting off the money. It's, yes, you're in for a rude awakening if you think you're going to make a lot of money, you know, getting started with a monetized channel with low view counts, where you're in a niche where you don't make a lot of money with the CPM. Think of other ways. What can you sell on your channel? Think of your videos. Think of YouTube as a traffic source, right? Shift your perspective on this. Instead of thinking, how can I get ads? Think, what can I do with this traffic? I have these people who are coming to watch my videos. What can I offer them that might be relevant to the content that I'm making? It could be a course. It could be t-shirts, merch. It could be an item. It could, you know, I don't know what kind of type of content that you're making, but look at your content and say, okay, what would the same audience be interested in? What would they buy? Coffee mugs. I don't know. Just try to think of different things that you can sell them, different services that you can offer. Maybe you're great at teaching people how to do things. Maybe you're a fitness channel and you're ripped and you have information to share with people. Maybe you can do, you know, one-on-one coaching, or maybe you can do group coaching. Maybe you can make an ebook or a miniature video coaching program to that people can buy. Don't just rely on ads. You're going to be seriously disappointed if you're just kind of waiting for ads. I saw a question here. Yeah, like Leron says, AdSense is only part of the journey. You make more with affiliates, brand deals, merch, etc. And TCAP Recipes says AdSense doesn't pay much at all for what I've been told. Yeah, I mean, some people do well with AdSense because of the type of content that they're making, or they get a lot of views, or both. But just getting started, right? Like you hit that, you know, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time, like that level, you're going to be disappointed in the ad money. To the next question. Let's see here. Oh man, the illustrious chosen one says, does spamming the comment section with comedy to view your, with comical SOS, what? SOS. Okay, I'm just going to shorten this. Does spamming the comment section to view your vids pay off? It got me 26 subscribers. I hide people from my channel. If you come to my channel and you start dropping your links in my channel, what's going to happen is YouTube is going to hold it for review, or it's going to hold it in the spam filter, and then I'm going to hide you from my channel so nobody's ever going to see your views again. If you got 26 subscribers, that's good. Congratulations. But in terms of a long-term strategy, that is a horrible idea. You're going to get kicked out of communities. You're going to get banned from channels. I'm curious what you guys think about that in the chat right now. What do you do in your own comments? Everybody in here with the YouTube channel, which is probably all of you, when somebody comes in and they start dropping links in your comments, what do you do? Do you delete them? Do you hide them? Do you report them for spam? What do you do? I'm curious to see what everybody does. Actually, I hide them from the channel, but if they do it a lot, I report them as spam. You know, if you just do it one time, you're gone. I'll hide you. You're out. Bye. But if you do it like 2, 3, 4 times, I'm reporting to spam, reporting to spam, reporting to spam. What's going to happen is when enough people report you as someone who's spamming their accounts, when YouTube does the sweeps where they get rid of all the purges, if you will, where they get rid of all the spam accounts, guess where some of those accounts come from? They go from people who are spamming comments. So yeah, you risk losing your channel if you do that. Don't do it. Yeah, you can see right here. Report, delete, 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 report, report, report. So this is what you're risking when you do this. So yeah, you got 26 subscribers, but yeah, I would stop doing that. And subscribers, okay, we touched on this a little bit yesterday on Nimmin Live. Subscribers are great. It's a metric to let you know that you're doing something right, that you're building a community and that sort of thing. But it's kind of the wrong metric to look at in terms of like because everybody's just like, hey, how do I get 50 subscribers? How do I get, I think somebody just asked, hey, what should we do for 30 subscriber special? Sorry, I misread your comment. People ask all the time, how do I get these subscribers? Last time somebody asked, how do I get, I think he had 70 something subscribers and his goal was to get to 60,000 subscribers. 60,000, I don't know. And I think he's in here today. I think I saw him earlier. Like 60, okay, that's great, 60,000 subscribers, but what does that actually give you? You've got to have views. You need views, views, views. You need watch time, watch time, watch time. You need to build a community around your channel. Like that's where you win. Subscribers by themselves, they don't do a whole lot. You could go out and you could buy 100,000 subscribers. Buy 100,000 subscribers and they're not going to watch your videos. So you're not getting the views. You're not getting the watch time. So it's absolutely, it does nothing for your channel. But if you grow your channel organically, if you take the time to cultivate people to come in and who are interested in the content that you're making, then they subscribe and they're watching your videos, that's where you win. So those 26 people who came over, they may or may not watch your content, but you're going to end up losing your channel eventually. Clasher BJ says, D, what do I do when a YouTuber bullies you? Because I'm a fan of Surfer Boy and he is always mean to me and I get bad feedback from his fans on my channel because of this. Okay, so if you are following someone who is being mean to you, I got to ask, why are you following them? If I followed anybody on YouTube, if I subscribed to somebody because I was a fan, let's just say everybody knows Casey Neistat. You subscribe to Casey Neistat, and then Casey Neistat starts bullying you specifically, I'm just going to unsubscribe. I mean, first, I'd be honored that out of all those, 10 or however many millions he has, that he would want to, focus on me. But I would eventually unsubscribe because I don't need that. And if, fans would come over and they're giving you a hard time as well, you can hide every single one of them. Who does not know how to hide viewers from your channel or from commenters? Who does not know how to hide, Brian G. Johnson, who does not know how to hide commenters from your channel? Because if you don't know how, I'm going to show you how to do this right now. Preach, brother, preach, says Brian G. Johnson. Okay, so you don't know. All right, well, you're in for a treat. We're going to do this right now. I'm a professional channel banner. Yeah. Like, first of all, don't follow anyone who's abusing you. It doesn't make sense. Even if you like their content, if they're bullying you, report them and then unsubscribe. And then all the fans who come over and they start busting your bottom, I'm going to show you how to deal with them right here in just 1 second. So, and I'm going to make sure I don't accidentally ban somebody here. So just give me 1 second, get into my comments here and see if I can find somebody that I actually want to hide. Hold on, not there. Do you guys remember just a little bit ago when I talked about how asking, hey, if you're new to the channel, drop a hashtag new down in the comments so I can give you a welcome. Do you remember that? Little callback to that. So check this out. And my phone is just dead. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me plug this back in. The joys of going live with stuff. The more stuff you have, the more, there it is. Okay, so this is held for review. And as you can see here, 1 hour ago, hashtag new. 2 hours ago, hashtag new. 6 hours ago, hashtag new. I think I missed that one from before. And see if there's any held over for spam. Yeah, there's one in spam, hashtag new. So, and I deleted, or I did delete, I approved a lot of these before I went live. So just by asking a simple thing, who's new to the channel, drop a hashtag new. People leave comments. They want to let you know. But the trick is, don't ask that later in the video. If you find that your watch time is suffering a little bit towards the end, fewer people are going to see your call to action. What you want to do is front load that stuff. If driving engagement down in your comments or likes or shares, whatever it is you're trying to do, subscribe. If that's important to you, ask that early on. Front load it before the bulk of people actually leave your video. You'll get more engagement that way. Okay, so let me see if everybody's following along. Brian, I was mentioning you earlier about somebody needs to come over and follow you to learn how to craft titles and all the algorithm mojo stuff, the wizardry that you have with the eye of the newt and the cauldron and all that stuff going on over there. Okay, so when you're in your comment area, and I want to make sure that I don't accidentally wipe somebody out here, so hold on. All right, well, if I wipe him out, then my bad. Okay, so let's say I wanted to hide this person from my channel. Do you see these three little dots here over on the right-hand side? Oh, okay, so I got to go to this one. So if I tap on, oops, hold on here. These three little dots right here. So you've got the thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, heart. Then over on the right-hand side, you got three little dots, okay? If you tap on that, I'm going to go to the smaller one. Down here at the bottom, you can remove the comment. You can report spam. So if somebody's spamming you with links, right, report them. Or you can hide the user from your channel. This is what I'm talking about. If you have bullies who are coming in and they're giving you a hard time because they came over from another channel who's bullying you, hide them from your channel. You're not going to see them anymore. What happens is they go to the great void in YouTube, and from what I understand, and Brian, correct me if I'm wrong here, but they don't even know that they've been hidden. As far as I understand, they don't know. So they're just, you know, like old man yelling at the clouds. They have no idea that they've been hidden, and they don't know why you're not responding, and you've hidden them. You don't have to see them anymore. They are gone from your life. I think that's one thing where YouTube really, like, a lot of people like to give YouTube a really hard time. Like, oh, they've changed the rules. They've moved the goalposts. They're making it so difficult for small creators, right? You hear the complaints everywhere. You know what? You got to deal with it, right? It's a free platform. Be on it or don't be on it. You got to be water, my friend, right? But in terms of hiding people who are leaving bad comments and not letting them know that they've been hidden, that's got to be the most brilliant move that YouTube has ever done, because they don't know, right? They don't know they've been hidden. MCA10 says, "Am I hidden? If you spam my comments, I will hide you. Hidden, poof, gone. You won't know." So that's what you do with people who are bullying you. Zolf Photography says, "Old men yell at clouds." Apparently they do. I do. I'm one of those people. All right, moving on to the next question. We just got way sidetracked here. This one comes from the Mac, who says, "I've been waiting for monetization for some time now, and how can I get YouTube to review my channel quicker? Also, thank you for helping me get to 1,000. Okay, so if you've applied for monetization, and I don't know, you didn't say how long you've been waiting. You've been waiting a week? Have you been waiting for 4 months? But I know that channels that take a little bit longer, they're usually going in and they're doing a second review. One of our moderators, I don't know if he's in here or not, I didn't see him. If he is, Hybrid Steel, he got monetized in 4 days last week. He hit, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time. He's a gaming channel. He applied. 4 days later, he was approved. And then you hear about people who were saying, "Hey, it's taken me 4 months to get approved." On Twitter, if you follow Team YouTube over on Twitter and you see the conversations going back and forth, "Hey, I've been waiting for months and months and months," they always say that if you're waiting for too long, it's because they're having to do a second review on your channel. So you might have something questionable on your channel, or you might have a history. Maybe you have a copyright strike or a copyright claim, and they're just digging a little bit deeper. Roger, how long did it take you to get approved? He says that we got approved really quick. It took me, what was it, a month and a half? Month and a half or 2 months, I think it took me originally. But that was back when they changed everything and people were waiting a long time. But I think now they've got that kind of ironed out. Big Steve in the hand. What is it? Oh, I just lost it in the chat. Big Steve in the Handicap Hustler. That's a cool name. He says, "Thank you for helping us newbies grow and become better creators." Man, I'm happy to help. I am happy to help. Doug says it was 3 weeks in February. Mr. Torbeld says, "I don't know how to sign up for monetization and it's not working for me. I'm only 14. That's probably the problem. Does anyone know? I don't know. Leron or Brian or maybe Doug, do you know what the age limit is for monetization? Is it 18? I actually don't know. Not a kid, never looked into it. I would guess that it might be 18. I'm not sure. You have to be 18? Okay, yeah. So if you're only 14, it's not going to happen then. I've never looked into that, so I don't have an answer. Yes, it's 18. Okay. Well, if you use your parents' account and it's still not working, probably because they see the content that you're making, there's a child involved. If you have your 1,000 subscribers and your 4,000 hours of watch time, you've submitted to them and it's been a while, they're looking deeper into your channel, or you're just not eligible. You can reach out to them at Team YouTube on Twitter. They seem to be pretty active there. But your parents probably have to get involved with that if you're underage. Moving on to the next question. Okay, this is good. From Mr. Retro Watches, who asks, best iOS app, which is an iPhone or iPad user, best iOS app for thumbnail production. Great question. I'm going to have to say for iOS, I would use a combination of PixArt, and you don't have to get the paid version. You can use the free version of PixArt, PICSART, and I might have this in here. Pro thumbnail game. Hold on here. Upload thumbnail. Make pro thumbnails. So I'm dropping a link into the chat right now showing you how to make a thumbnail using PixArt. They have a paid version and they have a free version. The difference is if you're using the free version, they have full page ads that pop up. They take up the whole screen. A lot of people think, oh, I'm being forced to pay, so they delete the app. But what you need to do if you cannot pay, just look. There will be somewhere on the edge of the ad, there will be an X to close it out. So when they pop up an ad, if you don't want to pay, just close the ad down and you can continue using it for free. I also recommend using Snapseed as an additional app. I use Snapseed for processing the photos. If I want the photos to kind of pop a little bit more, I want to add some color changes. I also use Lightroom, the free version of Adobe Lightroom CC. That's for making color changes and that sort of thing. And then build it up in layers, because the other apps don't allow you to build it up in layers and they don't support transparent images. So if you have a cutout of yourself in PixArt, you can build up layers and put a cutout of yourself on top. In that video that I just linked out in the chat right there, that shows you how to do all of that. Mr. Torbelt says, I'm currently on 1,100 watch time hours. Okay, so yeah. So don't even bother submitting if you're not at 4,000 hours of watch time. You're just, don't even bother them. When you hit 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers, then you reach out to them with your parents. Moving on to the next question. I'm going to answer a couple more questions here, and then we will get into channel reviews just a little bit later. Next question is, this one comes from Clasher BJ again. Boy, you were in here early dropping the questions. He says, how do I apologize to a YouTuber? Sorry about being me, and please, I was here typing a question for you and you answer my question. Yeah, you don't have to apologize. So how do you apologize to a YouTuber? If you feel that you did something to offend a YouTuber, you did something wrong, just reach out to them and apologize. Leave a comment, reach out to them on Twitter, Instagram, send them an email, say, hey, this is my username, this is what I did, and I'm really, I'm sorry that I did it. I just wanted to reach out and apologize to you because I realized that I made a mistake, and I won't do that again. Just be a human being, just reach out and just apologize. Don't make it a big deal. Just do it. Jom Gaming MS says, what is the best screen recording app for gaming? Well, I used to say Mobizen. Mobizen used to be the best screen recording app. Hold on here. Something weird's happening here, guys. Hold on. There we go. So Mobizen used to be the best screen recording app because if you had a Samsung or you had an LG phone, they would give you more options. Let me see if I can show this here. 1 second here. I took a screen grab before I deleted. Give me one minute here. So this is what they used to have. Let me see if I can pull this up. And nope. I'm going to just leave this black while I try to pull this in. So give me 1 minute here. Why are you not? So if I leave my phone sit for too long, this is what happens. So give me a second here. For some reason, it is not wanting to communicate. Well, my point is MobiZen used to give us, let me see if that did it. Nope. Oh, here we go. Here we go. 1 second here. The joys of going live, right? You can prepare all of this stuff and then, live happens. Give me 1 second and I will be able to switch this over to my Android because I want to show you what MobiZen had that a lot of the stream recorders did not have. And this was really cool. Okay, so if I go in, so I took a screenshot before an update. MobiZen had a feature. You see right here for the options for audio, you could record external sound and you could do internal sound. And what made this different is a lot of people, they're searching for, hey, how can I do internal screen recorder where it records the game only, or it records the game and my microphone, or it only records my microphone, or it records the game and my microphone, but it cuts out the background noise and it focuses in on those two, right? There's all these ways that you can do this. You used to be able to do this on MobiZen. However, the last update that they just had, they did away with that. It's gone. Gone. They were the last of the Mohicans, and now they are gone. Now it's just screen recording. And if your phone supports audio, they will record audio. But the way it works is for screen recorders on Android is as the speaker, hey, Ultimo Dragon 05, as the speaker emits the audio, the microphone picks it up. So that's how they're recording sound on Android these days. It's not a clean sound. It's not bad, but that's the best that you have. So you can use something like MobiZen. You can use AZ Recorder. You can use EZ Recorder. You can use DU Recorder. However, I heard that has been removed from the store. I haven't looked into it yet. There are some other options. I think Omelette Arcade is an option as well, and also Streamlabs. All of those will help you game. Record your device so you can game. And of course on iPhone, starting at iOS 11 and on to iOS 12, it has a built-in audio or screen recorder. Best editing app for iOS, please, Inventor 101. I have to say that would be LumaFusion. LumaFusion is the best editing app for iOS. It's also the best deal financially because it's a one-time payment. I believe it's $19 or $20 one time. You own it. It's the best, hands down. If you don't want to use LumaFusion, I recommend checking out KineMaster. That is a monthly subscription, or just use iMovie, which is free. That came with your device. Next question. Hold on here. This one comes from Magdalena Helen. Says, I used Streamlabs for live stream first time the other day. It was great, but I had one problem. I couldn't change the thumbnail during the stream, and I could only change it after. Was I doing it wrong? Is there a way around this? Thanks, please. And I'm new to your live today. Welcome. First time on my live stream. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope you're learning something. If you're using the Streamlabs app to do a live stream, currently, they do not have a way to put your thumbnail up first or change it during the stream. You have to wait until the stream is over in order to change your thumbnail. This is the main flaw with Streamlabs at the moment. Switcher Studio, which is an iOS streaming system, they have the same problem, which makes me believe that it could be a problem with the API from YouTube. I haven't looked into it too deeply yet, but it could be an API issue, which means that YouTube doesn't allow them to do so many things, because both of those services are great streaming platforms, but you can't add the thumbnail early on. Unfortunately, and you cannot even use user defaults inside of a desktop computer, or if you pinch and zoom on a mobile browser in desktop mode, you can go to your upload defaults or your live stream defaults. You can have a default thumbnail. You can have defaults in all of your description. Hench Herbivore, how's it going, man? How are you doing, man? Hope you were doing well, holding it down in the vegetarian world. Vegan, vegetarian, whichever one you are. I don't remember. I watched one of your videos on, I think it was a chickpea. It was like a spicy chickpeas or something. I saved that. I'm going to make that. I got sidetracked. Oh, yeah, the thumbnails. So both of those don't allow you to put the thumbnails up. So I think there's something happening with YouTube there. And they also don't work with your upload defaults. That kind of stinks, but it is what it is. Once you get over 1,000 subscribers and you can go into and use the YouTube app directly for live streaming, that does allow you to put a thumbnail in there, and you can take a picture of yourself and put a thumbnail up there. That all works. Hench Herbivore, I got a question, man, since I've got you here and I don't want to bother you in your comments because I know how comments are and it's easy to get lost. Do you sell any programs or diets or something like that? I'm thinking about going like full on, like just giving up meat and just like full on vegetarian, full on vegan, but I want like, you know, protein and that sort of thing. I don't know if you had any courses or if you have diets that you sell. Dude, I would love to pick your brain on that, man. If you don't mind, like if I send you an email or something like that, or if I send you a comment to get in touch with you, I would love to, I'm willing to pay for it. Because you've got, you're ripped over there, man, and eating vegetarian. Oh, right on. Buzzer Monarch, vegetarian. Clash of BJ says the best editing app is called Video Leap. Video Leap's great. It's not my personal favorite, but it's a great app. It's a fantastic app, actually. Just not my personal favorite. So another question here. Pro Shooters, how's it going? It says, how do you do external microphone on the normal camera? Do you mean a DSLR camera? Pro Shooters, you want to clarify that a little bit? On a normal, so for microphones on the phone, you need to make sure you have if it doesn't have the TRRS connector, you want to make sure that you get an adapter to stick it into your phone. But if you're using a DSLR camera, you can use just a TRS connector, which isn't the 3 black rings or the 4 metal rings, and it just plugs right in. If you want to clarify that a little bit, I can help you out. Saleh Hussein says, what's the best streaming app? If you have under 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to say that's Streamlabs. If you have over 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to say that would be either on your phone, just the YouTube app by itself is good. Streamlabs is great. But if you're an iOS user, Switcher Studio. I just had a blank out there. Switcher Studio is the best live streaming app for iOS users. Roger, if you're still in here, are you still using Switcher Studio? Is that working out well for you? Tech, Open Camera. Open Camera is a great camera app. Wow, a whole lot of new people coming in here. Rock a Tuition, how's it going? Patty Broussard, how are you doing? Hope you are doing well. Richard Reality, how are you? Zol Photography says, are the questions from the forum done now? I'm sure I've submitted questions. No, they're not. I'm just trying to balance some questions. Sometimes, hey, Adeep, how's it going? So I just, taking a break, and if I catch something in the forum really quick or in the chat, I'll reach in there and grab it. The YouTube app is not gone. Halo 16. You just can't do it for if you have under 1,000 subscribers. Roger says, I am for LinkedIn Live. It has good and bad issues. Okay, yeah, man, I would love to talk to you about that. I've got a couple of things that I'm sending to them, like, hey, do this to make it to improve it. I would love to hear what problems that you've had with it too, Roger. Maybe I'll send you a message on that. Oh, you've been kicked out a couple times during live streams. Interesting. Yeah, that's no good. No bueno. All right, next question from the forum. Question is, okay, I answered the question about the thumbnail. That's always tricky on a mobile device. Dr. Eckberg says, do you get notifications in Studio Beta? I never get notifications when a video is uploaded by a channel I'm subscribed to, or I get a comment on a video. Dr. Sin, here's the true story on this, man. I can't stand Studio Beta. I've tried to use it and I've tried to use it, but you can't add in cards in there. You can't do your defaults in there. So I just keep going back to classics. I don't get my notifications. I don't know when somebody sends me or somebody replies to my comments. I only know when somebody replies to my comments is when I open up the app and I see, okay, I have comments, or go into the desktop and I use TubeBuddy and say, okay, recent comments I haven't replied to. But in terms of using Studio Beta, I don't like it. I tried it. I don't like it. And I have to keep going back to Classic because they have features that they don't have in Studio Beta, stuff that I use, stuff that everybody uses. I can't stand it. For those of you who are using Studio Beta, can we get a yes or a no? Can we get a yes or a no on Studio Beta? Doug says the apps are broken. What are you talking about, Doug? What's you talking about, Doug? The apps are broken. RD Chucky Ducky. Hey, man, how's it going? So Doug likes Studio Beta. Okay, we're getting a mixed thing here. That's all in Studio Beta now? Okay, it's not for me. I don't think they're rolling that out to everybody just yet. I don't get... I still can't add end screens, and I still don't have upload defaults inside of my Studio Beta. Yeah, not for me. They might be rolling it out to different people. Because I know they do that with things like features get rolled out to certain people to test, so maybe I just don't have it yet. Use both. I had end screens. Eric says the end cards option show up after processing is done at the bottom. Nope, I don't have it. Yep, I don't have it. Yeah, so maybe they haven't rolled it out. I'm in Thailand. I don't know. Maybe they haven't rolled out all the features over here yet. Don't have it. Omtech says, D, how to increase views using the hashtag. Man, you know, the hashtags, I don't really think... Okay, the way I use the hashtag, I use, hashtag Nimminati. That's our community. Then I put hashtag my name. People are... If somebody wants to see more content with D Nimmin and they're not a subscriber, they can tap on that and they can see more of my videos. So you can do it that way. If you have a community name or a squad, you can put your hashtag squad name, hashtag community name, so people can tap on that if they want. But hashtags it's not a game changer. It's not like, oh, I put hashtags in and wow, my video really took off. I don't think that's going to happen. Adeep says, note that the location is only available in Studio Beta. So Adeep, you're in India. Are you getting all the features in Studio Beta right now as well, or are you still missing features as well? I know we're in Thailand, and I don't even know if it's like, a countrywide thing or they just roll it out to certain channels. I know certain features get rolled out to certain channels at certain times. I do know that. Tim Yancey says, Thailand's a slow boat for a lot of things. So MTV says, briefly, vidIQ or TubeBuddy. They're both great. They're both awesome tools. Some of the things that they both do together, some of them have standalone tools that, one does one thing that the other one doesn't do. I have them both. This stream is brought to you by TubeBuddy, so I am a little bit biased. But however, I do use them both, full disclosure. My process is I search for ideas inside of Google, inside of TubeBuddy, or I'm sorry, Google, inside of YouTube. I'm looking at the drop-down menu, trying to get video ideas. I'm also looking at Google Trends and keywords everywhere. Then I move it into TubeBuddy. Then I'll move it into Morning Fame. I also use that. And I'll also run some things to vidIQ. So I've got like quite a long process. But by the end of the day, when I do all that, my process, as you can see, my channel is growing fairly quickly. And so I think it pays off. It works for me. I want, like, I'm very serious about YouTube. I want my channel to grow. I want my videos to get as many views as possible. I want to help as many people as possible. So for me, I want all the tools available. I'm not looking at it as one or the other. I'm looking at it as, this is serious. I want to grow. I want to make an impact. So I want every tool that I think can help my channel grow. Every tool that can help me find the best title. I want every tool that can help me do X, Y, Z. I want it. So if you can work that into your budget, I recommend getting all the tools that you can and learn how to use them. That's the key. Yeah, Roger says this stuff is serious. Yeah, like if that's the thing. If you're just having fun on YouTube, then you don't need any of this stuff, right? You don't need any of this stuff. But if your goal is growth, your goal is to make money, your goal is to work with brands, your goal is to have an impact on the world, your goal is to share your story, and you need to get it in front of as many people as humanly possible. You might have a mission to do something to help people. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, if you're serious about it, you need to look at the tools available. And for TubeBuddy, link in the description below for that, right there in the top link. Gear Vlogs, how's it going? Yeah, Canva is a fantastic app. All right, back to the form. Actually, I need to change. I'm going to do a little battery swappage right here. So I will be back in just like 1 minute or less. So don't go anywhere. We're going to come right back and answer some more questions, then get into channel reviews. Was that funky enough for you? If that was funky enough for you, can we get a hell yes in the chat right now? If that was funky enough for you. Got some greasy waiting music going on. A little funk action never hurt anybody. Trippy music. Hell yeah. Yeah. That was quick. Yep. I'm fast. Jason James in the house. How's it going, Jason James? Holding it down from Colombia. Hope you're doing well, man. All right, we got a bunch of hell yeahs in here. All right. All right. Next time, can it be beatboxing? I used to beatbox back in the day. Believe it or not, yeah, I could do that. All right, next question. We're going to keep mowing through these. Okay, that was Dr. Stin. We got to you. Notifications of Studio Beta. Man, I'm not using it. But I don't get notifications anyway. My notifications are just, they're a mess. Next question is, Yamanel plays MC. What can I do to be a better commentator? I think I had this question before from another poster. Just do it more. Learn everything you can about audio and audio processing. Go watch Booth Junkie. Go watch Mike Russell. Learn how to process your audio. Learn how to process your audio with the software that you have at your disposal or the board, the mixing board that you have, and just practice and practice and practice and practice and practice. That's how you get better at doing anything. There's no quick trip to get it done. There's no magic button. There's no, hey, do this one thing and it's going to make everything better. You just got to do it over and over and over and over and over. Next question is how to edit, jump, and cut effect. Okay, this is regarding Nick's editing technique. Interesting. How to edit, jump. Okay, I'm thinking how to jump cut is what you're trying to say. How to edit, jump, and cut effect on Android like Nick. Well, you're in luck because Nick's video editor is in the chat right now. Vigard, are you still in here, buddy? See if Vigard is still in here. Vigard, who was in here, he's Nick's full-time editor. But if you're asking for jump cuts, you just cut it. Like for a jump cut, once you have all of your footage lined inside your video editing app or your software app, when you're done speaking, you say something. Today, I'm going to show you how to XYZ, cut, right? Like as soon as you're done, cut it. And then before you start the next sentence, you cut it right before that stops. So what you have is basically you eliminate the dead space in between. So if you say something and you pause, and then you say something again and you pause, and then you say something again and you pause. What you want to do is just cut out the pause and then stitch those back together. That creates that jump cut. And what you'll notice is when people are editing and they're doing the jump cuts, a lot of times they will push in, right? They'll zoom in maybe 10 or 20% on the next clip. And it's constantly, it has things moving, right? So you have one clip, jump cut, maybe you push in 10%, jump cut, maybe you move off to the side a little bit, jump cut. And what that does is it creates a lot of motion, a lot of movement. So when people are watching your video, it kind of keeps them entertained a little bit. Because if it's just one long, boring clip of somebody speaking, you're going to really have to want to watch that video if you watch it without editing. Oh, Adeep says, I think Peter McKinnon recently made a video on that. Oh, interesting. There's an app that I am testing out right now, and I don't want to mention it just yet until I've fully gone through the app and I can recommend it. But there is an editing app that It's made for vloggers, and you basically take your phone and you go out, you hit record, and you just start saying everything that you want to say everything you want to say. And then when it's finished, it edits the video for you and it removes all of the pauses. So what's left is an entire video full of jump cuts. So far, this thing is amazing. I'm pushing it. I'm trying to find flaws. I want to find flaws because I can't believe it's as good as it is so far. But so far, it's pretty good. It does the editing for you, and it's built on. Yeah, Doug. It's all it does is it's jump cuts, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, and the way it works is it literally just looks for the pauses. So anywhere you pause, and this is, you know, you could be speaking and pause about something and not even try to do a jump cut, but if you make a pause, it's going to cut it out and remove it. So everything's just bam, 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 right? Josephine, I'm testing it out right now. Once I'm 100% with it, I'm going to make a video on it probably. 95% sure I'm going to make a video on it unless I find something wrong with it. Now, this app is not free. It's not a free app. It is a paid app. But if you want to just eliminate editing, it's going to be worth it. I did find one thing with it, though, and I want to speak to the developer about that. And that's if you are vlogging and there's a lot of noise going on outside, it doesn't hear the pause. So if you're vlogging and maybe a car's driving by and it's picking up the audio of the car, it doesn't hear the silence of your voice, and it might not make that cut right there. So that's something to be aware of. But I know they're doing constant updates on it right now because I'm getting daily updates. So they're working on everything. They're trying to fix it. And I know they're also doing things like they're adding a section to where you can add B-roll. So you can record B-roll with like the front-facing camera and then we'll chop that up, and then I'll add that into your blog as well. So a lot of exciting things with this app, and I will make a video on it probably as soon as they get everything worked out. Yeah, so that's a good point, Magdalena. It might miss out on some comical silent moments too. That's true. So if you're doing comedy or you're trying to do some deadpan stuff and you want that silence, you want to say something funny and let it hang for a second, it's going to cut that out. However, I haven't tried. You might be able to pull. I'm going to look into this. You might be, if it cuts everything out, you might be able to go back and pull out parts of those. So you're like, that cut it too tight. You might be able to grab that clip and pull it back out. I'll check into it and see. Hey, 3D Plastic Fantasy, how you doing? Tech, make a tutorial for jump cut. Okay, I'll add that to the list, man. That's why he doesn't tell us the name of the app. Yeah, you know, I'm weirded out. Okay, I could tell you guys a bunch of apps. I'm testing apps for intros and editing. I'm constantly testing new apps, but I'm not going to share it unless I feel that it's a good app, because I don't want to put my name out there and say, hey, download this app, try this app. And then you're like, hey, man, I just got a virus, or this app sucks, or wow, this app is just garbage. Like, why did I buy this? I don't want to do that, because then you're not going to trust me. So if I'm telling you about an app, it's going to be a good app. Now, if it works on your phone or not, because if you have an older device or an older install of, you know, an older Android install or something like that, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I vet the apps first. That's right, Aljefe. Just like you do with the earphones, right? Like, you know, you're not going to tell somebody, hey, buy these earphones if they're garbage. Actually, you call them out. That's what you do. Aljefe straight calls them out. He's like, hey, he called out an earphone company, and they wrote to him and then like gave him a hard time, and it just completely backfired on him. Dude, that was awesome. That was absolutely brilliant. All right, next question. This one comes from Zolf Photography. He says, hey, Mr. Nimmin, I did my first live stream on mobile today. High five, fist bump, man. It was a short one, but I found it easier than filming and editing, uploading a video the normal way. It feels better, very raw, unedited feel. My question, yes, it does. Yes. My question is, using my Android mobile, is there a way I can dual camera, as I have two mobiles and I would like to be able to dual angle via Wi-Fi maybe? Any app suggestions? Man, that's a great question. I have an iPhone solution for that, but I don't have an Android solution just yet. Pawn, Nick is my brother. I'm D. I'm Nick's older brother, Pawn. And by chance, you sound like you have a Thai name, Pawn Kamawandi. Are you in Thailand? Pawn? But either way, thanks for joining the chat. Thanks for joining the live stream, Pawn. We're in Thailand too. Where did I get sidetracked on that? Okay, so the solution for iOS users is Switcher Studio. You can set up. Yeah, well, what city are you from, Pawn? We're in Chiang Mai. I'm in Chiang Mai right now. With Switcher Studio, you can set up multiple camera angles with multiple phones. So if you have 2 iPhones, both of them can be cameras and they can record different angles. If you have an iPad and 3 iPhones, you have 3 camera sources and you can use your iPad as a switcher. You can stream live with it, or you can record all of the footage like you want. However, that doesn't help you on an Android. On Android, I don't have an option for you just yet. I don't have a solution. However, I'm always on the lookout for it because a lot of people are asking for this. Eric Waite says, I am Nick and Dee's fatter older brother from a parallel universe. Right on. Yeah, Pawn, thanks for joining us. I'm in Chiang Mai. Where are you at? I love it when people from Thailand come in. It's rare, but it's cool to have people come in that are, in the same country. Josephine says, every time I want to make subtitles for my video, I have to tell it it's in English, and every time I set it to make default for video, but it never is. Yeah, subtitles can be frustrating. Next question. Brave Noob asks, is there a good way to promote your channel without annoying people? That's a great question, and I'm glad you asked the question instead of just going to annoy people. Yes. Okay. So here's what I would do. If you're just getting started with all of this and you're thinking, okay, how can I promote my videos without making people angry, without people thinking that I'm a spammer? Oh, you're in the US right now. Okay. Here's what you do. You can go to Facebook. You can become part of communities there, like Tube Ritual. There's lots of other communities there. You don't want to go in there and spam your videos ever. You want to become part of the community. Get to know people, have real human interactions, have real human conversations with people. Over time, if somebody asks a question, hey, do you know how to do this? Or do you know how to do that? Or does anybody have a video on this? Share your video. Then you share your video. Only if it's relevant, only if you can help somebody out. Do the same thing on Reddit. You don't want to spam, but if you can go in and you can find a place to put it to help somebody out, then you go in there and do that. It's a slow process, and I don't think that's the best way to actually do it. You can also share it out on your Twitter, build up your Twitter followers, build up Instagram, whatever social media platform you're on, Snapchat, TikTok, wherever you're at, you can build up those communities there and then share your videos out on there to those people as well. The best way to get people to come is to make great videos. If you make great videos and you learn how to title them correctly, you learn how to write good descriptions, and you have good thumbnails, that's where you're going to win, because YouTube wants to promote your video. They want to find an audience for your video. So the more you can help them do that, that's going to be a lot more productive than trying to find, well, where can I spam my video? But either way, I think you should go in and become part of those communities, because there's some great people who are on Facebook, and even I'm not a big fan of Reddit, but I would say go over to Facebook. Who in the chat right now is part of any of the Facebook YouTube communities? Type in yes right now, and also name the community. So if you're in Tube Ritual, drop Tube Ritual in here. I'm curious. I know some of you are. I recognize some of the names, and if you're not, I recommend going over there. There's a lot of great information happening over on Facebook. Yeah, I love Classic. I don't like Studio Beta. Okay, yeah, we got some Tube Ritual going on here. Tube Ritual. Tomb Vegan takes on mobile. Yes, Team Vegan takes YouTube. There you go. I'm going to have to check that out. The community name is Minecraft Romania. Okay, very cool. All right, I'm going to answer the next question. Let's see here. I'm going to Google internal sound recording Android. Okay, so AD Guy says, how can we make a Google internal sound recording on Android? It's a highly needed feature. Yeah, I mentioned this earlier. Mobizen used to allow that with Samsung and LG. They've pretty much just axed that right now. So the only thing you can do is learn how to root your phone Learn how to root your Android, and you can set it up that way. Otherwise, until somebody comes out with a new app, you can't get a clean audio recording. They're recording the sound as it comes. It's coming out of the mic, and then they're recording it with the speaker. It's just not that clean. Okay, next question. Great question from Tube Techie. He says, what happens to the music from ES, I'm assuming you mean Epidemic Sound, when you stop the subscription? That's a great question. And this is a cool thing about Epidemic Sound. All of the videos that you create with Epidemic Sound and their music library, everything that you create within the time of your subscription, you're allowed to keep it. So let's say you join Epidemic Sound for 3 months. All the videos that you made during those 3 months, and they can see, right? You ended your subscription and they can see the dates of your video. All, you know, those 3 months that you joined, you can keep the music on there even if you end your subscription. So if it's 3 months or a year or 2 years, when you end your subscription, you get to keep the music that you made during that time. That's a great thing about Epidemic Sound. Half Blind Gamer, wow, I haven't seen you in a long time. It's been a while, man. Hope you're doing well. Connor Merson, how are you? Next question. And that was a great question, actually. Interesting. Another one from Clasher BJ says, how do I make good voiceovers? And I need to do it in an app for iOS. Ooh, man. Dude, you're going to have to I just deleted all of my apps for audio on this phone to move them over to the iPhone XS, and I haven't put them back in yet. I don't know the names, but I've got like 4 or 5 different apps. The best ones are paid. If you want a free one, it's going to limit you in the time length that you can actually record. Send me a message on Twitter or reach out to me somewhere else, and I'll see if I can dig up some of those for you. But if you want a good one, be willing to pay for it. The next one is from Morris Invest. Can you talk about a post-live show strategy? I've heard Nick and Tim talking about putting them unlisted after the live is done because it was hurting the channel to keep them public. We go live every Wednesday to about 300 people, and then we've been editing them down after we wrap up. Thanks for the help. Okay, so people going live, you're going to get people from 2 different camps here in terms of live streaming. You're going to have, in one camp, people who say, when I go live, after I'm finished live streaming, my channel takes a real hit. Like my views go down, my velocity goes down. Some people even suffer from the next video. Live stream, then they make the next video, and the next video just doesn't do well. One train of thought on that is that if people didn't get the notification or they didn't come to watch, they didn't click on that live stream, then they might not get the notification for the next video. The other side to that is I don't have a dip. My brother doesn't have a dip, right? Like some people take that hit, some people don't take that hit. I think it depends on the type of live streams that you do, the reason why people are coming to your live streams, the audience who are coming in there. But if you find that you're taking that hit and you want to get rid of it, if you want to unlist them, I don't think that's going to matter in terms of the dip that you're going to take. But if you're going to re-edit them and then put them back out there like in video format, yeah, I would say go for it. If it's working for your channel, like if you're doing the live stream, and when the live stream's over, if you want to trim it, if you want to edit it inside the editor and then republish it, if that's working for your channel, if you continue to get views on that, like I do my live streams, you know, this is 2 hours long. I'll probably go for another hour, right? Because I'm going to get into channel reviews here in a bit. No one is going to come in and watch 3-hour live stream, or like I do with my brother on Saturday, a 6-hour live stream. Very few or no one are going to come in and watch all of that. They'll cherry pick through it. So if your live stream for 300 people, if it's a shorter live stream, Mike Van Doozy, how's it going? If it's a shorter live stream and you trim it down and you trim the fat to make it even shorter, then it becomes a lot more consumable. And I think at that stage, people might be willing to, you know, you make a good title for it, you come in and write a good description, you put in good tags, and it's relevant to what's happening on your channel, then it kind of becomes like a video. So if that's working for you, I would keep doing it. If it's not working for you, you know, like just test it out and find out what works. Because when it comes to live streaming and what happens to channels afterwards, yeah, people are all over the place on that one. I know a lot of people take a real hit after a live stream is over. Glue Guns and Roses says, I thought live streams were treated differently than regular videos as far as notifications. They are, but if people are not clicking on your thumbnail, people are still not watching. So when your notifications go out, right? Like everybody in here says, hey, people aren't getting my notifications. Not everybody's getting my notifications. A lot of that's based on, if not all of it's based on user history. So if I'm subscribed to you, Glue Guns and Roses, and I don't watch, and we don't know how many this is. It could be one video, it could be two videos, it could be three, we don't know. But if I am subscribed to you, and I'm not watching your videos, YouTube says, okay, here's one of their videos, and I don't click on it. I don't tap on it to go watch it. I've just lowered the chance of being suggested your next video. And the more that I don't watch your videos, the less YouTube is going to show me your videos. Even though I'm subscribed, even though I might have that bell notification turned on, I'm going to see fewer of your videos if I'm not watching your videos. The opposite of that happens too. The more I watch your content, the more YouTube is going to give me your content. The AI is constantly trying to figure out, what does this person want? What does this viewer want? Let's look at their watch history. Let's look at what they're searching for. Let's look at the watch time on these videos. Let's look at what they're clicking on, like all of this data, and they're trying to figure out what I want to watch next. That's how all of that works. Hey, Janine Murray. So if I'm not watching your live stream, then I may or may not get suggested out your next video. Maybe. And your follow-up question to that is, hold on here. That's what's so strange to me about non-subscribers versus subscriber views and what gets pushed out. Yeah, right? But the thing about that is, you want to make sure that your channel has more non-subscribers watching than subscribers. Because when you have more non-subscribers, that means YouTube is putting your video out in front of more people. When it goes out in front of more people, now it's your job now to turn them into subscribers. YouTube's putting it out there, right? Like, hey, we're putting your videos out in front of all these people who didn't even know you existed, and we're bringing them into your channel, and it's your job to convert them into subscribers or customers or whatever it is that you're doing on your channel. Design to 9 says, I'm a little intimidated to live stream. You're probably not alone there. Who's intimidated to live stream? Who wants to live stream, but they're intimidated to live stream? I'm curious. If that's you, just say yes right now, or me. Why, Designs to 9, why are you intimidated to live stream? Are you worried about what people are going to think about you? Are you worried about what your peers or friends or family are going to think about you? Are you worried about how you speak? Do you have an accent? What is it? What's stopping you from live stream? What's stopping you from hitting that live button from going live? There has to be like one thing. And while I'm waiting for that answer, Dr. Sten says, thank you for answering the question and allowing rewind in the stream. I also don't have the features same as you, and I'm in the US. I was mowing while you were giving out the watch time. Yeah, Dr. Sten, yeah, I wish I had a better answer for you, but I just do not like Studio Beta. I've tried it multiple times. I tried to get into it because I know that that's where everything's going. But man, every time I'm in there, I'm like, oh, I need this, and I got to revert back to Classic. And my notifications are a mess anyway. So let me see if I can find her reply here. Hold on. Where did she say? Did she answer yet? Okay, so Snowy Rains is intimidated to live stream. Freedom Hustler is intimidated to live stream. Roger is becoming the expert live streamer. Magdalena says a little bit, but I did it and it was great. Right on, El Jefe. Have a good one, man. Give Paloma a big warm hug for me. Tech. Okay, so the tech intimidates you. Okay, excellent. The tech to live stream can be very intimidated. Are you doing everything on your phone, or do you have a computer? What would you live stream on if you were to go live? Let me try to help you with that. You're technically impaired. Yeah. Believe it or not, and I know you guys are not going to believe that. And I apologize for the Streamlabs app or the Streamlabs bot just coming after you, Dr. Sten. I don't know what is going on there. Oh, you said please. Your phone. Okay. So doing it on a phone is a little more intimidating. I don't know if you're on an Android, if you're on an iPhone. And here's the thing with YouTube. Recent changes made it so you have to have 1,000 subscribers if you're going to use the YouTube app to live stream. That's funny. The Streamlabs bot is just nailing it. Okay, you're on an iPhone. Okay. I apologize for the Streamlabs bot. He's going a little bit crazy here. If you're on an iPhone, if you have under 1,000 subscribers, then you can look into Switcher Studio for the iPhone, or you can look into Streamlabs. I believe they have another one. There's another option called Wirecast Go. And these are apps that are fairly simple to use. I have a new video coming on Streamlabs. I have an older one, but I have an updated version coming on Streamlabs. I have a video coming on Switcher Studio and Wirecast Go. It's a lot easier. Are you live streaming anywhere? Are you live streaming on Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn or anywhere else? What I recommend you doing, and I know this is easier said than done, is get a little stand, right? Get a little tripod stand or something to hold your phone. And okay, Facebook. So you have streamed to Facebook. Okay. Just get a little stand, set it up, and just turn it on and just start live streaming. Just start live streaming and go live for 5 minutes. Go live for 10 minutes. Don't think of live streams as something that you need to go on and just do this long, drawn out thing on live stream. Go on for 5 minutes. Just have something to talk about. Come in and say, okay, I'm going to talk about this today. I'm going to come up with 3 topics because I don't know what type of content you're making on your channel. I want 3 topics. Write it down somewhere so you don't forget it in case your brain kind of shuts off mid live stream like mine does, not option. Like mine usually does. I'm getting tired. It's like 1 a.m. here right now. Write down the notes, 3 things I want to talk about. Go live. Okay, do it yourself in design. Write down 3 topics. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to talk about these 3 things. Set your phone up on your little tripod. And if you're going to go live to Facebook, then just go live to Facebook. Just hit go live. And don't worry so much about if people show up, because people are going to show up eventually once you build a habit of live streaming. Because I live stream every Sunday, people will show up. When I first start, I'll get a surge, I'll get like over 100 people will come in. And because I drag it out for so long, 2 hours and counting, people will drop off. But when I first started, there weren't a lot of people coming in. When you first start live streaming, you have to think about, okay, not a lot of people are going to show up, and that's okay. Just do your live stream like you would do a video. Look at the lens, say what you need to say, and if people do show up, then ask them questions. Get them to engage. Ask for their opinion, right? But it's important to have something to talk about. Roger, the expert plumber, he's fantastic live streamer. He's over on LinkedIn Live. He's one of the early birds over there getting LinkedIn Live. And always engage with your viewers. Always engage with your viewers. Ask them questions. Even ask them if they're new. Hey, if you just started following the channel, drop a hashtag new into the chat right now. This is your first time in the live stream. Or if you just subscribed to my channel, or if you just joined us in the last month, or whatever it is, try to think of ways and questions to where you can get them to interact with you. Because if you don't ask them, if you don't ask for their opinion, or ask if they're new, or ask if they're old, a lot of people won't talk. There's a lot of people that just kind of step back because a lot of people they're shy too. But if you open that up and let them know, hey, this is a safe place. We want to communicate. We want to engage. I want to get to know you. Then people will come out of their cocoon and they want to get to know you too. But in terms of the Roger's new, in terms of the tech, right? The tech. If you don't start practicing, if you don't go on even for 5 minutes, even for 10 minutes, you have to start doing it because you're going to have tech problems. You're going to have tech problems. Sometimes you're going to get disconnected. Sometimes the app's going to fail. That's just part of it. And you have to accept that going in. For those of you who are live streaming right now, those of you who are doing live streams right now, who has tech issues? Type in yes right now if you live stream and you have tech issues while you live stream. Type in yes. I'm going to type huge yes for me. I have tech issues all the time. And we have, hey, Ruben, how's it going, brother? Hope you are doing well. Thanks for stopping by. So you can see right here, everyone who's posting right now, everyone has live streaming problems. Not all the time. Doug says, yes, sometimes. But it's going to happen. So the sooner you start live streaming, just go in there and you have to accept the fact, say, hey, I'm going to say the wrong things sometimes. My brain's going to shut off from time to time. The app's going to crash sometimes, or the computer's going to crash, or whatever it is that you're like. I'm going to have tech problems. Own it. Own the fact that you're not going to be perfect. Own the fact that you are not going to say the right things all the time, and just do it. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, and then start making a habit. I'm going to live stream every Wednesday at this time, or every Sunday at this time, or every whatever. Make that habit and just keep showing up. Keep showing up. And when it happens, when the app crashes, when the phone fails, when it overheats, when it shuts down, when you lose the internet, when Facebook has a problem, when YouTube has a problem, when you have these problems that are out of your control, once it happens to you a couple times, you'll just say, hey, you know what? This is out of my control. I can't do anything about it. And your audience, they're going to forgive you for it. Nobody, like if my internet went down right now, Ruben, brother, you need to be a live streamer. You definitely need to be live. You, man, definitely, Ruben. Like if my internet went off right now, or my computer crashed right now, you're not going to crucify me for it. You're going to say, okay, well, we probably have technical problems because if D just went offline and he's not coming back, then something probably happened that's beyond his control. And then the next time I go live, everybody's going to come back and say, hey, what happened last time? And it gives you something to talk about. Now you have something. Now you have, hey, right? Like you see how I'm interacting. Clash of BJ, I do not have merch yet, but I'm working on it. Nick does have some merch. Ruben, I think you should be a live streamer because you are very good in front of the camera, and the message that you're sharing to the world, I think a lot of people will be able to relate to you and the content that you're making on your channel. Yeah, I think if you consistently show up to do live streams, Ruben, on a regular basis, I think you'll find that you'll have a good community show up for you. Costume Co says, I realized that the audience is pretty cool. Also came up with a code word for pee breaks. Oh, that's great. RPM Nexus. What's up, Matt? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, when you do go live, Design to Nines, I'm in Thailand, so my time zone is kind of different, but tweet to me, send me a tweet with a link, right? D, I'm about to go live. Send me the link. If I'm awake and I'm able, or if I'm able to go live, I'll come in and I'll watch you. I even if I'm the only person in there, right? I'll help you get through it. But you won't tell me what it is, Heidi, but it's a secret. Yeah, do it. But just do it. Like I know Ruben in here. I know he's a musician, and I know there's some other musicians in here. I spent a large portion of my life on stage. I've played all over the United States. I played in front of huge crowds. I'm a bass player, used to be a bass player, like a professional musician for a long time. I have tons of experience standing in front of large crowds and playing music and making mistakes in front of large crowds. So I thought, in my brain, okay, man, I've played in front of, thousands of people for years, right? 5 nights a week. I thought I could handle live streaming. And then the first time I came to live stream with my brother, I was just kind of like, I don't know how I came off on camera, but in my head, I was like, oh man, this is terrifying because it's different. Like I'm a bass player. I'm back there with the drummer, I'm kind of holding it down. I'm kind of in the shadows. Live streaming, man, this is intimate. It's just, it's you sitting in a room with your camera and you're looking at the lens and, go back and forth between looking at the lens, looking at the chat, trying to hold the tech together. But it's a much more intimate situation. So I did it with my brother for a while, and I kind of built up my confidence. And truth be told, I'm glad that I could sit with him and live stream with him for a while because it really helped me build up my confidence to do it on my own. And then once I was confident enough to do it on my own, the first time I did it by myself for my channel, oh my goodness, it was nerve-wracking. Not because of the tech. I know. I understand tech goes wrong. It doesn't matter if you're a musician, if you're an engineer, music engineer, it doesn't matter what you do. You're on a computer, you're a gamer, tech happens. Stuff's going to happen. So I was okay with the tech. And I'm really good at fixing tech issues now because it happens all the time. On Nimmin Live, we have stuff going wrong all the time. Nick has to hold down the vocals, and I'm the one that has to fix stuff. So because everything goes wrong, I'm really good at fixing stuff now when it goes wrong. I can usually fix it pretty fast. But man, I was terrified. I was terrified to do the first live stream by myself, no support, just me and the camera and you. And my fear was, what if I don't have the answers? What if I don't explain things in a way that people can understand? What if I can't think of things to say and I have that awkward silence during a live stream? That's a live stream killer. And here's a tip if you are not live streaming on a regular basis, is when I said write down those things to talk about, those are things that you can go back to when your brain just kind of shuts off because of your live streaming. And you're live streaming sometimes, brain fart. What was I talking about? Well, now you have that show sheet and you've got some things to talk about. So you can go right back to, like, I don't do the show sheet anymore, but when I started, I did. Now my show sheet is the form. People leave questions in the form. Anytime my brain starts to get tired or I get tired of talking or I just need a break, I can go into the form. I can read a question that gives me 10 seconds for my brain to recover. And then I can come back and go at it again. Hey, Mia, David Rodriguez, how's it going? So I know that was a huge, huge, long answer to a very short question, but Design to Nines, I want to see you up and live streaming, and everybody else in here. I know Snowy Rains doesn't want to get in front of the camera. I think everybody who's on the fence and you're intimidated by live streaming, please start live streaming. I promise you that if you show up and you do it consistently, yeah, you're going to have tech problems, but I promise you, once you get over those jitters of getting started, it's awesome. And those of you who are live streaming on a regular basis, do you agree with me? Is it awesome? Type in yes if it's awesome. Pawn says, I'm new to YouTube and I never do a live streaming. Pawn, do you do your channel in English language or do you do it in Thai language? Mike Van Doozy, yes. Heidi, yes. Yeah, Roger, that's a great way to look at it. We are building relationships. Yes. Man, I totally agree. I totally agree with that. And that's a great way to look at it. Like you can look at it as like, hey, these are my viewers, these are my fans, these are my friends, these are my customers. However you're looking at the people who are interacting with you, depending on what your channel is about. This is my community. Well, however you look at them. But what Roger said is very true. You're building relationships. It doesn't matter how you look at them. Friends, customers, fans, whatever. Just people hanging out, right? You're building their relationship live. That's something you cannot do with video. Not in a way that you can do with live streaming. You can do it a little bit with video, but live streaming just really kind of seals that in. Okay, Doug. Roger, yeah, man, good point. Roger says, remember we hugged like brothers the first time we met in person. Exactly. Like I met Roger at Vid Summit last October. The first time we've ever met before, like face to face. But because he's always in the live stream, he was always there on Saturdays. Like you get to know these people. So then when you do meet them face to face at an event or something like that, you feel like even though you don't technically know them yet, you feel like you do know them in a weird way. Live streaming can be really powerful. So if you're not live streaming, man, get on it. And yeah, Roger, we did. We hugged like brothers. It was like, man, what's going on? It was like a real hug. Like, dude, where have you been? I haven't seen you in like 5 years, man. Where have you been? But we'd never met before. Live streaming can be powerful. Eric Waite dropping a 5 says live streaming is also a great way to get monetary support to buy M&Ms. Truth be told, I'm just going to let the cat out of the bag. The only reason I even do live streams or YouTube anyway is I just want M&Ms. I do all this for M&Ms. Everything for the M&M. All right, I'm going to answer just a couple more questions, and then I'm going to get into the channel reviews. There's not a lot of people looking for reviews today, so that's cool. We'll burn through those really fast. Susan Fruz says, I love live streaming. Design to Nines, hey, thank you. And I wish you the best of luck. I want you to succeed. I want you to start live streaming. Promise me, Design to Nines, that you will try it. You know what? Say, I'm going to try it once a week for the next 3 months, even if it's only for 5 minutes. Just make that promise and then do it. 5 minutes once a week for the next 3 weeks. What you'll find is you'll go a little bit longer and a little bit longer and a little bit longer. And another thing, have a good one, Ruben. I almost called you Robin. Have a good one, Ruben. And another thing, if you're finding, okay, let's say you're streaming on Facebook and you're finding that that's not really working out for you, try going live on YouTube. You know, don't just think one platform. Just think, you know, I'll try to stream here, I'll try to stream there, and see where my community fits in best. Yeah, time flies when you stream. I mean, I've been going for 2 hours and 30 minutes tonight. It goes fast. All right, next question here. Hey, Ed, how's it going, man? Says, I hope to see you in the live chat sometime during my Tuesday night hangout. The problem that I have with everybody live streaming in the United States is 99% of the time I'm sleeping when you guys are going live, or I'm just waking up and I'm unable to join, or I'm just getting ready to fall asleep and you guys are going live. Sometimes I'm scrolling through YouTube. My girlfriend already went to sleep early, and I'm scrolling through YouTube and I'll see somebody and I'm like, man, I would love to jump in here. But it's like, you know, 6 o'clock in the morning. And I know if I tap on that and I go into that live stream, I'm going to be waiting for like another hour. So I just don't do it. But I wish I could catch more of you live. I really wish I could catch a lot of you live. Hey, what's going on, XProxFN? All right, next question. Let's see here. How do I implement a subscribing animation on a phone? Okay, I don't think you're in the chat anymore, but if you're talking about the little subscribe thing, so here's something that you can do. And I'll just show you like something that I did right here, and I hope that it plays. So give me a second. So I'm going to guess you're talking about something like this. Right? You probably meant something like this. So what you want to do is you can build something like that inside of your favorite video editing app. You have to start with graphics. Use something like PixArt or Photoshop, any graphic app that allows you to build transparent layers. And you build it up in layers. I got the background, I've got the button, I've got the hand, I've got all these different layers, and you can put them inside of KineMaster or Power Director or LumaFusion. And then you move them around and you just start animating them. And then when you're done, you can just render them out. And then you pull them back into your video editor, and then you can pull that on top of your video. And some video editing apps, they allow what's called an alpha channel. And if they do that, that's how you can remove the background. So if you make it and you've got like a green background on it, it's how chroma key works. Then, so if you have like, I think KineMaster, Power Director, LumaFusion, Video Leap, they all support chroma feature. When you make this, you see here, so for that, you see I have the wood background. If you're building this inside of Photoshop or PixArt, you want a green background. Then when you make that and you render it out, it's going to be a green background and everything's going to be animated. Pull that into your video editing app, add it on top of your video where you want it to go, and then use the chroma feature and choose the green color, and it will delete the green color, and then you can see through it, and all that's going to be left is the subscribe button that you create. So that's how you do that. It's a little bit tricky, and it's the first time you go through it, it's kind of like, this is a lot to do. But once you do it the first time, and I don't even recommend you do something complex, just make something really easy. Like you can just say, you know, it's like a little button with subscribe on it, and then maybe it flashes once or twice, right? Just do something really simple. Go through the process. Then once you understand it, like, oh, okay, I get it. Then you can go in and dig a little bit deeper and make something more complex. All right, next question. Whoa, okay. This is a lot of text here. So you think I'm recording my thumbnails? I put it somewhere in this house and thumbnail. Okay, this one comes from Mimi King Gaming. It says, what is your opinion of a channel icon watermarks? Icon in your banner or thumbnails. I recently started putting my icon in the corner of my thumbnails, but sometimes I also put it somewhere else in the thumbnail, like covering a character's face. Do you think it's a good idea to mix it up like that? Going off of a question, do you think that it's a good idea to put your own icon in the channel banner to mark it as its own, or is your name enough? In terms of branding your channel, right? The channel brand, you want people to recognize you from your logo or something like that. For thumbnails, I recommend if you're putting a branding element on your thumbnail, it's a logo or something like that, put it in the same spot on every thumbnail. Same spot every thumbnail. Human brains, we love patterns. We love to look for patterns. That's what our brain does. We always look for patterns. So when you give them a pattern, we recognize that pattern and we start to remember, oh, that's his thumbnail, that's his thumbnail, that's his thumbnail. If you move one and you cover a face, I mean, that's cool. Nobody's going to, you know, freak out over that. But when they look at your videos as a whole, people with OCD like myself, that would drive me crazy. People without OCD, they're not even going to care. They're not even going to notice. But for me, I've got slight OCD. So when I see things that are crooked and uneven in the whole, right, as a whole, as a big picture, it drives me crazy. Here's a funny thing. Brav noob. Okay, man, right on. Here's a funny thing that Nick used to do to me. So we lived together for a couple of years in the US. This is several years ago. And it was a really old house. It was like over 100 years old. This really, really old, beautiful, big home. And the entryway, when you walked in, it was a super long hallway. You go through the front door, really long hallway. And I had all of these pictures framed, pictures from all over the world. I used to travel a ton. Pictures from all over the world, people and friends and places. I don't know, 30 pictures on there maybe. And it was all like just maybe more, 40. All just blocks of them everywhere. And they were perfectly, yes, Dr. Stin, I am a pixel counter. Yes, I am. And it drives me crazy. And everything, all the frames would be perfectly straight. Nick, on a regular basis, would walk through the hallway and just take those frames and just move them just a couple of hairs each way. And I would come into the hallway and it would paralyze me. Like I would see all those crooked pictures and I would just almost fall to my knees. Just, whoa, my God, what have you done? And then I would go up and I'd like, you know, the next 30 minutes, I'm straightening all the pictures. And, you know, a week later he goes through and he turns them all again. So yeah, I'm a pixel counter. Roger, I'm a Gemini. I'm a Gemini. Yeah, Nick used to drive me crazy like that. But yeah, I'm a pixel counter. Like if something is like, you know, 2 pixels off or 3, like I see that. I'll see that and I'll be like, yeah, you could probably move that 2 pixels to the right or 2 pixels to the left. Yeah, drives me crazy. So for people like me, moving your logo around, if you know, if 75% of your videos are in the exact same spot and then the other 25% in different places, I'm going to close your channel down. But that's not going to stop people from viewing your videos because the majority of the people who are finding your videos are going to be non-subscribers, so they're not even going to know. I'm just, you know, giving my own personal encounter there. All right, next question, then we're going to open up some channels here. We have a lot of questions. I won't get through all of them. There's way more came in than I expected. Actually, this is probably the most questions that I've ever received on a form. And I'm probably going to save some of them for next time because there are a ton of them in here. This one comes from FireX, who says, D, it is hard for me to attract my viewers and then make them stay for the video. I try as hard as I can, but I fail. So attracting them, that comes with strategy. You have to find the right titles. You have to find you have to write the correct description. You got to learn about your keywords. You got to have the right, you know, good looking thumbnails. You've got to do all the things to attract them in the first place. If your titles are off, nobody's going to find your content. It all starts with your title. I probably spend more time searching for a title than I do making the actual video itself, because I want to find titles that are going to be good for my channel. Now, through my research, everything might say that, hey, this is good for your channel, it's good for your channel, it's good for your channel, and it doesn't perform as well as I want it to perform, but it could be because the watch time is off or the thumbnail is not as good. It's not getting as high as CTR compared to the other videos competing for that same phrase. So start with great titles, good descriptions, and good thumbnails. Get them to your channel. In terms of making good videos, man, practice. It comes with practice. Make hundreds of videos. Learn how to read your audience retention. Look at the graph. See where people are falling off. Say, why are they falling off? Go back and look at the video. Okay, well, at this time, people are leaving. What did I say? What did I do? What did I show? You have to look. This is work. This takes work. If you want to get better, if you want to grow, if you want to really improve and grow faster, this takes a lot of work. You got to learn how to dig into your analytics and read them properly. It takes work. Yeah, shame on Nick. I'm sure it was part of the brotherly paybacks. Yeah, I'm no angel, by the way. I mean, you know, we were grown men, and Nick was doing that, but I'm sure it was from a lifetime of making his life very difficult. Oh. Tasty Penguin says, my question is probably one you've never been asked before. I don't know if that's an interesting thing to view for the audience. What's your question? Tasty Penguin, what was the actual question? Is what an interesting thing to view for the audience? All right. Next question here. Yeah, with all this stuff, though, I mean, every single one of you in here who's been doing this for a while, you know the journey you've been on. You know how hard you've worked, the number of videos that you've made. You've learned how to read your analytics. You've really dialed in your thumbnails. Like, none of this stuff comes overnight. It takes a lot of work, takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of learning, a lot of trial and error. And people, you know, it happens with a lot of people, especially, and I'm not slamming on the youth today, but some of the generations that are coming up these days, they want everything now. They don't want to wait for it. They want it now. They want it now. I've made 10 videos. I've been on YouTube for a month. Why don't I have thousands of subscribers? Takes time. Takes time. Okay, this one comes from Shiny Mikey. He says, why do people subscribe and not watch, like, or comment on any of my videos? Well, it's possible that you're doing sub for sub or help me grow, or you're finding other ways to get people to subscribe to your channel. When you do that, you're just getting a number. Hey, come subscribe to my channel. Cool, I subscribed. Not interested in your content. I don't want to watch your videos. I don't want to leave a comment. I don't want to like it. I don't want to share it. You just asked me to subscribe. I gave you a number. You give me a number. That's sub for sub. That's why it doesn't work. Sub for sub does not grow your channel. Now, if you did not do that, and they're subscribing, that's good, because that means you're making videos that they like. So that's a good thing. However, you said they're not watching. So that's going to lead me back to maybe you're doing sub for sub. So if you can't clarify on that, why do people subscribe and not watch? If they're not watching, then I'm going to lean on subs for sub. So I can't help you there unless you have more information. Brioni Faith, hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well, Brioni Faith. Tasty Penguin says, I have 6,000 subscribers. Recently got offered to be the manager, of a channel with 600,000 subs and to be a partner that uploads gaming reviews on that channel. Is that a good move for a channel my size? I wouldn't look at it as, is it a good move for a channel your size? I would look at it, is it a good move for you as a creator? Size, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, I've never watched your content, so I don't have any reference here, but you might be amazing on camera. You might have an awesome personality. I mean, you obviously have something that a 600,000 subscriber channel sees. They see something in you that they're willing to bring you in and put you in charge of that channel, or bring you in to be part of that channel. So don't think of it as like, hey, I have 6,000 subscribers. Is this good for me? I would say, is this good for you as a person, as a creator? Can you handle it? Can you handle the workload? Is it an opportunity? Are you taking a step up, or are you taking a step down? If you're taking a step up, I'd say go for it, and don't worry about the subscriber count that you have, because, man, you might be amazing. They might see something in you where, like, maybe, and like I said, I haven't seen your content. Maybe you're amazing on camera, or your personality's there, or maybe it's a little rough around the edges and they see it and they're like, hey, this guy really has potential. Let's bring him in and polish him up a little bit and put him in charge of the channel. It's hard to say because I don't know your content and I don't know what their motives are, but if it's a step up for you and you think it's good for you as a creator and good for you as a person, dude, jump on it. I mean, I would be honored if someone came to me at any stage, even now, whatever subscriber count I have now, if somebody came to me with a 600,000 subscriber channel and said, hey, do you want to be part of this channel? We think that you're good enough to be part of this channel to represent the brand that we're working on right now, I'd be honored. And if I had the time, and as long as it didn't interfere what I was doing here and everything else in my life, yeah, I'd probably take it too. Josephine, did you say Brian G is working in the background? Brioni says, AD, I was wondering if you and Nick chose not to have cards advertise your stream over your videos when you were live. I didn't do anything by choice. Are you not seeing that, Brioni? Like if you go watch one of my videos right now, are you not seeing a notice that I'm live? I didn't set anything either way. So I'm not sure here. Josephine says size doesn't matter. Jump on it. Josephine, behave. Behave, Josephine. Glue Guns and Roses says, in my honest opinion, subscriber count really doesn't matter that much after one. Yeah, I mean, you know, views matter, watch time matter, community matters. But look at it this way. If 80% of the people on your channel aren't even subscribers and they're watching your video, like how much does subscribers really mean? Like what does that metric really mean? If you only 20% of your subscribers are even watching your videos. I mean, it's very important in terms of social proof. Brands, they love to see subscribers. They love to see view counts and all that stuff. But in the grand scheme of things, views matter. Watch time matters. Community matters. Relationships matter. Whatever your goal is. Hey, Nines Catudio, how you doing? Amano Art, behave. Mods, you might have to put Amano in check if they can't if they can't conduct themselves properly. Dr. Sten, if you don't mind here, I'm going to, yep, should have done that a long time ago anyway. Dr. Sten, you should be blue right now. Dr. Sten, if you can say something, I just want to make sure that you are blue. I blued you. I blued you. Okay. All right. I could help too. Okay. Okay. Doug's in here. Okay. I thought I lost the mods there for a minute. Doug was making toast. Blue. Boom. Got it. All right. Thanks, Dr. Stin. So I'm usually pretty relaxed here, Dr. Stin, unless people are just kind of like really out of line. I don't drop a big, strong hammer here unless they say please, like PLZ, gone. All right, next question, and then we're gonna. I know I keep promising reviews, but yeah, we're gonna get into that. Hold on here. Let me down. This one comes from Rockatution. Says, I uploaded a video 3 days ago and it has over 500 views. Congratulations. In the last 24 hours, the views seem to be going down. What can I do to maintain the high views? Welcome to YouTube. That's how it works. People come in and they view your video. Like the first 48 hours are really crucial to your video. That's why you want to share it out, put it on Twitter, you know, send it out to your community. If you have an email list, blast it out to your email list. Drive as many people in there within that first 48 hours because those are all that tells YouTube, hey, this video is hot. Let's suggest it out more. But all videos kind of have a shelf life to a degree. Like the videos, you know, you're always going to see a peak. Let me shut this down so I can make sure I'm on the screen. You're always going to see a peak when the video comes out, and then it's, you know, unless it's just on fire. If the video is just on fire, it might stay up for a little bit. But generally speaking, the videos are going to come up, it's going to ride for a little bit, and then it's going to slowly come down a little bit. Now, that can change. The cool thing about YouTube is YouTube giveth, YouTube taketh away, right? Like, I've had videos that have been, like, they go up, 1,000 views or something, and it just dies. And I'm like, okay, well, that was just that video's dead. 4 months later, for reasons unknown, YouTube says, hey, let's just push the hell out of this video out of the blue. And then bam, it goes from 1,000 views to like 30,000 views over the course of like a week or 2 weeks. And then it just dies down again. You know, we don't know what YouTube is doing, what they're looking at, why they're doing that. But everybody who's ever had videos rise from the ashes, type in yes, let me know, because I know I'm not alone on that. I'm going to guess everyone in here who's been doing it for a while has had videos just come out of the back, racing for the front. Yeah, they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Now, if you have really, really solid audience retention, you have a really high CTR, and people are clicking on your thumbnail and they're staying, right? Like you have it's really high, they're staying. Well, you're going to get more love. It's going to stay up there. It's going to hold much longer. Otherwise, it's going to go up and it's going to drop down. All right, so let's, should I answer a couple more questions, or should I pull up some channels? What are we going to do? What shall we do? Because there's not many channel reviews, and that's a change. That's an, yeah, hashtag shelf life. That's right, Brioni. By the way, Brioni, I love your version of Sweet Dreams. So cool. I think I was in Starbucks listening. You had like, it's like different versions of it, but yeah, really good. That's a fantastic song. Fantastic Joe made it in. Hold on here. Did the chat stop working? Hold on. Alrighty. So I'm going to look here and see who we're going to pull up. Well, my browser just kind of went haywire, so give me a second here. So who am I pulling up here? Okay, so Tasty Penguin. We're going to pull up Tasty Penguin. Got tips yesterday. Would love a recap on art change. So let's get Tasty Penguin on here. And Tasty Penguin. Penguin. Let's see what you did with your art change. Let's see here, Tasty Penguin. And my internet is... There you go. Okay, art change. Tasty Penguin. You got tips yesterday. I'm not sure what you changed. I know we've had you up before, and I don't know what you changed with your art. I don't know if you changed your channel banner. I don't know if I'm looking at thumbnails, but I will say this. You see that you got your little tagline there, but it is going behind your profile picture. Not a game changer. Nobody's going to not subscribe or unsubscribe because of that, but just nitpicking there, it does get covered up on a mobile device. If behind, you know, little tagline, something about may the penguin be with you or something like that, it is getting covered up by your profile picture. Something to be aware of. If you want to chime in this stream right here and let me know what I should be looking at, I don't know if it's channel art or a thumbnail. And this is weird. My live chat. That's really weird. So my live chat, either people have stopped chatting completely or my live chat just died. I'm not sure here. Hold on. I do apologize. I can't tell. Wow, my chat is not... my chat's not working. How bizarre. So right now I can't see anything in the chat. So I do apologize. I can't see whatever you guys are writing in the chat right now. I cannot see it. Let me refresh the page. It's not showing on Streamlabs. It's not showing anywhere on my end. So give me 1 second. Did we die? Weird. Okay, so I can't see you guys. I can't, I don't know what's going on here. Let me see if I go live here. So apparently my stream is still live. Let me make sure I have audio, but I can't, yeah, this is really weird. I can't read anything in the chat. So if you're watching me right now, I do apologize. Tasty Penguin, that's the only thing I have for your channel art is that thing is off to the side, and I think that's just kind of nitpicking there, but something to be mindful of. I'm not sure if you change. Wow, those look hot. That thumbnail looks really good. One thing I will say, if you're doing a series and you're using the same thumbnail over and over and over, I would put something on there somewhere to let people know it's another video, like part 1, part 2, put a number on there somewhere, because if I saw this thumbnail once and then I saw it again on a different video, I might think, oh, I've seen this thumbnail before, I've already clicked on it, and I might not click on it again. So I would think about adding something to it, maybe a series, number 1, number 2, number 3, or something to identify each thumbnail as being unique. Man, and I do apologize for not being able to read the chat right now. This is really bizarre. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check the super chats here to see if I missed anybody else. So Tasty Penguin, I don't know what I'm supposed to do for you. Other than that, I cannot see the chat, and I do apologize. I'm going to turn this off is what I'm going to do. And if we're having tech problems, what I'm going to do is I have a second channel. It's a testing channel. It's a test channel, and it's also under my name. Let me find this, because I'm going to put a link to that. And when I restart, because I don't want to do this on my channel, I don't want to end this and start another one to have that second video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this stream the way I normally do, and then I'm going to go live again on my other channel and continue these, because I don't want to start two of these back to back here. So hold on one second here. Let me find the link to that, and then I will send you over to that. One second here. Okay, hopefully this works for you. I'm going to drop this into the chat, and I hope that you guys can find this. So I'm dropping this into the chat right now. Hopefully you can read this. If so, once this, nope, it says there's an error. Okay, so I'm going to have to end this. I'm going over on my other channel. I'll continue this over, and the name is Nimmin. Search for Nimmin. There's an avatar of like a hand up. There's like 44 subscribers on there. Come on over and we'll continue this over there. I do apologize. This tech problems, right? These are tech issues that they happen. My apologies. And I'm going to end this, and then I'll come over to the other one.